And touching in for the win is lane 4, Jayla Clark of Sailfish, and she is followed closely by Chris and Dawes, lane 7, Aqua Youth. And in third place, we have Rebecca Green from Tornadoes. This is heat 4 of 7 of the girls 13 and over 100 meter breaststroke. In lane 1, Jillian Millwood, Speedos. Lane 2, Omika McBean, Tornadoes. Lane 3, Raquel Gibson, also of Tornadoes. Lane 4, Tiana Jade Tucker of Swimmers Aquatic. Lane 5, Chantel Forsyth, Tornadoes. Lane 6, Zolian Cardis of Speedos. Lane 7, Jazara McCarthy, also of Speedos. And lane 8, Akina Morgan of Speedos.
Lane 2, Onika.
Look at these ladies coming in towards the finish line. Who wants it more? And pulling ahead is lane 2, Onyeka McBean of Tornadoes. And she is followed very closely by Jillian Millwood of Speedos. And in third place, we have Chantel Forsyth of Tornadoes.
Yes, I'm ready. Ready? Yes. Yep. All right. Good morning, CVM TV. This is Zachary Jackson Blaine bringing you coverage of the Sunday morning Tornadoes Invitational swim meet. This is heat 5 of the girls 13 and over 100 meter breaststroke. In lane number 1, we have Jordan Williams. In lane number 2, Lola Hanna. In lane number 3, Niara McLeod of the Speedos. In lane number 4, Chloe Walker, Summers Aquatics. In lane number 5, Danica Jackson, Speedos. In lane number 6, Sia Rushlani, Tornadoes. In lane number 7, Juliana Blake, Tornadoes. In lane number 8, Ria Marg of Unattached. Leading the pack in lane number 4, Chloe Walker of Summers Aquatics. We seem like we have a tight race here because lane number 3 is gaining on lane number 4. And lane 3 seems like she wants to pull away to take the win for this race towards the last 5 meters of this 100 meter breaststroke. And it will be in lane number 3, Niara McLeod of Speedos, followed closely by, in lane number 4, Chloe Walker, Summers Aquatics. Following the events of yesterday where the swim meet had to be closed due to weather conditions, we have opened up back the meet, starting the meet with the same events, starting with the boys 11, 12, 100 meter breaststroke, and now we're at the girls 13 and over 100 meter breaststroke. Heat number 6 is behind the blocks. And heat number 6 is in the water in lane 1. Shara Gulani, Sailfish. In lane number 2, Shiloh Allen, Aquamarine. In lane number 3, Renee Chung, Speedos. In lane number 4, Kayla Brown, Swimmers Aquatics. In lane number 5, Cara Hutchinson, Swimmers Aquatics. In lane number 6, Morgan Easton, Speedos. In lane number 7, Kelsey Walsh, Speedos. In lane number 8, Amy Baker, Swimmers Aquatics. Towards the first 50 of this 100-meter breaststroke, it seems like in lane number 4 will turn first, followed closely by lane number 2 and 5. Leading the pack looks like in lane number 4, Kayla Brown of Swimmers Aquatics. In the hot seat for the final heat of the girls' 100-meter breaststroke, Sabrina Lim, Olympian, and in lane number 5 as well, Kia Alert, both national swimmers of Jamaica. Lane number 5 looks like she wants to take this over, and she's taking over lane at number 4, Kayla Brown. So Cara Hutchinson of Swimmers Aquatics looks like she wants to take this. Touching in first with a glide is Cara Hutchinson, Swimmers Aquatics. She touched in with a time of 1:31.71, and that seems to be a best time for Cara Hutchinson with her entry time of 1:30.08. This is the final heat number 7 of 7 for the girls 13 and over 100-meter breaststroke. In lane number 2, we have Morgan Muday, Aquamarine. In lane number 3, Victoria Vandelier, Speedos. In lane number 4, Sabrina Lynn, Tornadoes. In lane number 5, Kia Alert, Tornadoes. In lane number 6, Kyra Bryan, Aquamarine. And in lane number 7, Chloe Ferron, Aquamarine. And in lane number 8, Shannon Hunter, Speedos. Records for this event in 13 to 14 meet record set by Sabrina Lynn, 1:20.95. Meet record for 15-17, 1:18.36. Brianna Roman and meet record for 20 to 25 to 34, 1:38. Sienna Westcar Gray, 18 to 24 meet record. Deanna Eugene Chapat Garcia, 1:14.94. Turning first and leading the pack is Sabrina Lynn in lane number 4. Followed closely by Kia Alert, giving chase to her. Sabrina Lynn out in front for the last 15 meters. Sabrina Lynn's entry time is 1:13.03. Sabrina Lynn about a body length out from Kia Alert will take the win, touching in first. Kia Alert touches in second, and in third, lane number 6, Kyra Bryan, Aquamarine. We look to the scoreboard to see the times. Sabrina Lynn touches in a time of 1:17. Kia Alert touches in a time of 1:22, just outside of their entry times. This is the start of the boys 13 and over 100-meter breaststroke. In lane number 2, we have Stephen Alexander, Speedos. In lane number 3, Jonathan Coffey, of the Speedos. In lane number 4, Giannis Isles, Swimmers Aquatics. In lane number 5, Kyle Chin, Vikings. In lane number 6, Reese Hines, Speedos. In lane number 7, Malachi Beckford, Tornadoes. Records for this event, 13 to 14, national age group record, 109, set by Kai Radcliffe. The meet record, 13 to 14, 110, set by Kai Radcliffe. In the 15 to 17 national age group record, 106.00, set by Keto Campbell. 15 to 17 meet record, 108.22, set by Dominic Lee. The 18 to 24 meet record, 115.73, Andre Marcel Smith. 20 to 30 meet record 120.83. Anthony Morrison Vincent, and 45 to 54 meet record is 128.94 set by Linville Low. Out in front in lane number 2, it is Stephen Alexander of the Speedos. With a body length out, approaching the last 50 meters of the race, still Stephen Alexander. Coming into the wall, Stephen Alexander in lane number 2 will take the win for the heat number 1 of 7 for the boys 13 and over 100-meter breaststroke. Touching in second in lane number 4, Giannis Isles. Giannis Isles achieves a best time, touching in a time of 1:45, with his beating his entry time of 1:55.02. Stephen Alexander touching in first, betters his new time that he would have entered in. So good swims here today, folks. This is the start of heat number 2. The swimmers are behind the blocks. Swimmers are off for heat number 2. In lane number 1, Keon Clark, Wahoo. In lane number 2, Brandon Watt, Wahoo. In lane number 3, Camario Lozer, Speedos. In lane number 4, Matthew Baker, Swimmers Aquatics. In lane number 5, Jason Grant, Tornadoes. In lane number 6, Zaid Thompson, Swimmers Aquatics. In lane number 7, Malik Stewart, Tornadoes. In lane number 8, Andre Chang of Aquamarine. Leading the pack for the first turn looks like in lane number 5, Jason Grant of the Tornadoes. Turning first in lane number 5, Jason Grant of the Tornadoes. Touching in for the second touch in lane number 1, Keon Clark. Still leading the pack here in lane number 5, Jason Grant of the Tornadoes. Breaststroke again, folks, is the only stroke where your arms and legs do not exit the water. So these swimmers must maintain this stroke, their high speed, because it is a sprint race for the 100-meter breaststroke. Coming into the wall for the last 15 meters, Jason Grant still in the lead. Lanes number 4, Matthew Baker seems to have pulled away from lane number 1, touching in second towards the wall. But Jason Grant of the Tornadoes will take the first spot, followed closely by Matthew Baker. We look to the scoreboard to see the times. In lane number 5, Jason Grant betters his time of 1:40.258, touching in a time of 1:40.41. Heat number 3 is on the blocks and is in the water now. In lane 1, Micah Brown, Swimmers Aquatics. In lane number 2, Webster Williams, Tornadoes. In lane number 3, Ethan Chin, Speedos. In lane number 4, Hayden Henry, Tornadoes. In lane number 5, Roger Black, Tornadoes. In lane number 6, Ziani Brown, Aquamarine. In lane number 7, Delaney Riley Dunn, Aquamarine. In lane number 8, Liam Seraton, Speedos. This is heat number 3 of the boys 13 and over 100-meter breaststroke. So touching in for the first wall in lane number 6, Ziani Brown of Aquamarine. Leading the pack in lane number 6, Yanni Brown of the Aquamarine, followed closely by lane number 7, Delaney Riley Dunn of Aquamarine. Looking for the 1-2 here, folks. Breaststroke again. Swimmers want to try to not pop up too much to preserve as much energy as they can. It is a lot. It's the 100-meter breaststroke takes a lot of energy to complete, folks. And if they're trying to keep at the high speed, they want to ensure efficient swimming. So in lane number 6, Ziani Brown will take the first spot, and lane number 3, Ethan Chin of the Speedos, looks like he took the second spot. We look to the scoreboard to see those times. And Ziani Brown touches in with a time of 1:36.69, bettering his entry time of 1:39.12. Heat number 4 is in the water. In lane 1, Christian Hamilton, Aquamarine. In lane 2, Tristan Fletcher, Tornadoes. In lane number 3, Kirk Scott, Swimmers Aquatics. In lane number 4, Joshua Martin, Vikings. In lane number 5, Javier Haig, Swimmers Aquatics. In lane number 6, Davion Marks, Aqua Youth. In lane number 7, Daquan White, Tornadoes. And in lane number 8, Malik Francis, Tornadoes. And this is a close race here, folks. It looks like in lane number 3 will turn first. Kirk Scott of Swimmers Aquatics will turn first. Leading the pack in lane number 4, Joshua Martin, Vikings. Well, lane number 3 seems to speed up his stroke rate. Kirk Scott trying to take the win in this race. Also in lane number 7, Daquan White of the Tornadoes. Looks like he wants it as well, folks. Coming into the last 15 meters of the 100-meter breaststroke. Lane number 3 seems to have pulled away. Also lane number 7. It's close here, folks, but it looks like lane number 7, Daquan White of the Tornadoes, will take the first spot. And in lane number 3, Kirk Scott, Swimmers Aquatics, takes the second spot. We look to the scoreboard to see that the times which these swimmers have touched in on. Daquan White's entry time was 1:35.25, and it looks like he has surpassed this, touching in a time of 1:31.45. Kirk Scott looks like he's also bettered his time of 1:32. Kirk Scott's entry time was 1:34.95. We have heat number 5 in the water. In lane 1, Nathan Mitchell. In lane number 2, Jaden Tyler Grant, Swimmers Aquatics. In lane number 3, Demoy Hall, Vikings. In lane number 5, Zachary Montgomery, Tornadoes. In lane number 7, Ethan Campbell, Speedos. In lane number 8, Shiloh Harris, Swimmers Aquatics. A couple of swimmers missing from this event, but nonetheless, swimmers are out in front. Lane number 3, Demoy Hall, Vikings, turning first, followed closely by lane number 5, Zachary Montgomery.
This is heat 5 of the boys 13 and over 100-meter breaststroke. In lane 2, Jaden Tyler Grant, Swimmers Aquatic. In lane 3, Demoy Hall, Vikings. Lane 5, Zachary Montgomery of Tornadoes. Lane 7, Ethan Campbell, Speedos. And lane 8, Shiloh Harris, Swimmers.
Zachary Montgomery of the Tornadoes looks like he's trying to fight to get the win here, folks. Coming into the last 15 meters. It's very close here, folks. Swimmers have to find the grit and the power to stay within this race. And Zachary Montgomery looks like he wants to take the win for this race. Lane number 2, Jaden Tyler Grant of Swimmers Aquatic looks like he wants it, but touching in first looks like Zachary Montgomery of the Tornadoes. We look to see the scoreboard. And Zachary Montgomery touched it in a time of 1:25.95, bettering his entry time of 1:20.33. Swimmers are asked to put their backs against the wall to ensure the quick start of the next race. In the water now, heat number 6 in lane 1, Arico French Tornadoes. In lane number 2, Howard Wallace unattached. In lane number 3, Matthew Eaton unattached. In lane number 4, Hunter Stevenson Aquamarine. In lane number 5, Xander Sancroft Aquamarine. In lane number 6, Daniel Gordon Aquamarine. In lane number 7, Luke Ramdale Aquamarine. And in lane number 8, Talon Longmore Blue Marlins. A lot of aquamarine ripples in this event, so it looks like they want to try to take the top spots in this penultimate heat. Turning first in lane number 5, Xander Sancroft Aquamarine, followed closely by his teammates in lane number 6 and 7. Aquamarine Ripples looking like they're taking the 1, 2, 3 in this race. Aquamarine Ripples, Xander Sancroft in lane number 5. But his teammate in lane number 7, Luke Ramdale, looks like he's trying to give him chase. And Aquamarine Ripples almost looking like it's training here, folks. Battling it out for the top spot. Going against each other. It's very close here, folks. Who wants it more? Who wants it more? Touching in first could be Luke Ramdale. Wait to see the scoreboard just to ensure. And touching in first was lane 5, Hunter Xander Sancroft of Aquamarine Ripples, touching in time of 1:18.78, just over his best time. Luke Ramdale seems to have touched it in 1:18 as well, bettering his time of 1:19.57. This is the final heat of the boys 13 and over 100-meter breaststroke. In lane number 1, Suraj Gulwani Sailfish. In lane number 2, Tyler Robinson Tornadoes. In lane number 3, Daniel Adele John Doe unattached. In lane number 4, Tayshawn Hill Aqua Youth. In lane number 5, Kai Radcliffe Speedos. In lane number 6, Brandon Wong Speedos. In lane number 7, Kabiki Thomas Tornadoes. In lane number 8, Julian Willoughby Speedos. The record for this event for 15 to 17 set by Dominic Lee, 108.22. 13 to 14 meet record set by Kai Radcliffe, 110.06. 18 to 24 meet records is 115 set by Andre Marcel Smith. Leading the pack here is Kai Radcliffe in lane number 5, Speedos, followed closely by lane number 3, Daniel Adele John Doe. But Kai Radcliffe in lane number 5 will take this top spot, and Daniel John Doe touches in. Adele John Doe touches in second, and in lane number 6, Brandon Wong of the Speedos. We look to the scoreboard to see these swimmers' times. Kai Radcliffe just a smidge over his entry time, touches in a time of 1:09. Adele John Doe also equalizes his time of 1:11. We are now at the 50-meter breaststroke, women's 25 and over 50-meter breaststroke. Records for this event are for 20 to 34, 43.66 set by Shade Thaxter. The 30 to 5 to 44 meet record is 46.34 set by Carolyn Chuck. And the 45 to 54 meet record is 44.34 set by Lisa Griffiths. There are 2 heats for this event. Heat 1 now in the water. In lane number 1, we have Jody James Tornadoes. In lane number 2, Del Wong Speedos. In lane number 4, Anna K. Sanders Tucker Tornadoes. And in lane number 6, we have Deborah Tapper Franz Speedos. It looks like our Tornadoes 1 and 2 as. In lane number 4, we have Anna K. Sanders Tucker and Jody James in lane number 1. Master Swimmers are taking over here, folks. And it looks like leading the pack in lane number 4, Anna K. Tornadoes. It looks like she wants to take the win for this event. It takes a lot here, folks. These swimmers are master swimmers, and they're putting in the effort in the pool just like they're kids. And touching in first in lane number 4, Anna K. Sanders Tucker's Tornadoes. Touching in second, looks like in lane number 1, Jody James of Tornadoes. Looks like a Tornadoes 1-2. Touching in third, in lane number 6, Deborah Tapper Franz Speedos. Sorry, it seems like I've mixed that. No, I'm correct, folks. So Deborah, Anna Kay Sanders Tucker looks like she's better to her time, touching in a time of 56.26 and her entry time of 57.87. Heat number 2 of the women's 25 and over 50-meter breaststroke. Heat number 2 off now here, folks, of the women's 25 and over 50-meter breaststroke. In lane number 1, Deborah Spence, Tornadoes. In lane number 2, Camilla McDonald, Speedos. In lane number 3, Raquel Gibson, Tornadoes. In lane number 4, Jillian Millwood, head of the Y Speedos, head coach of the Y Speedos. In lane number 5, Wendy Lee, Tornadoes. In lane number 6, Monique McLeod, Speedos. In lane number 7, Janik Ricketts, Swimmers Aquatics. In lane number 8, Joan Fletcher, Tornadoes. Jillian Millwood, head coach of the Y Speedos, out in front in lane number 4. Jillian Millwood showing what swimming is really about here, folks. Touching in first, taking the top spot for Y Speedos. Touching in second in lane number 6, Monique McLeod, and in third, lane number 3, Raquel Gibson. And we can hear a big shout out over the speakers. Jillian Millwood touches in a time of 47.44, just shy of her entry time of 45.93. We move to the men's 25 and over 50-meter breaststroke. We have 2 heats for this event. The meet records for this event are 25 to 34 meet record is Alan Beckford, and the 35 to 44 meet record is set by Lynn Valo, 37.89, and the 45 to 54 meet record set by Lynn Valo of a time of 30.00. It looks like we have a combined 2 heats for this event. Unsure of the swimmers in lane number 1. This is heat 2. This is the final heat of the event. In heat lane 1, we have Martin Miller, Tornadoes. In lane number 2, George Roy Nalty, Speedos. In lane number 3, Anthony Morrison Vincent, Speedos. In lane number 4, Shaquem Cameron, Tornadoes. In lane number 5, Matthew Preston. Touching in first in lane number 5, Matthew Preston, followed closely by Shaquem. In lane number 6, we have Stephen Alexander, Speedos. And in lane number 7, Ulrich Schwartz Shampra of Tornadoes. In lane number 5, touching in first in a time of 36.18, just shy of his best time of 39.09. But that does look like a meet record for Matthew Preston of the Tornadoes. Meet record was 36.25. So yes, he would have probably touched in at best time there. In the water now, we have the girls 9 to 10 400-meter freestyle. In heat, no, there's 1 heat in this event. In lane 1, we have Giomari Blake, Tornadoes. In lane number 2, Genesia Trower, Speedos. In lane number 3, Danielia Powell, Speedos. In lane number 4, Nia Donaldson, Speedos. In lane number 5, Skylar Smith, Tornadoes. In lane number 6, Jordania Thomas, Speedos. In lane number 7, Asia Lynn Cook, Tornadoes. In lane number 8, Mackenzie Chambers, Vikings. The national age group record for this event is 5 minutes and 91 milliseconds, and the meet record for this event is 5:40.53, set by Kyle Lawson. Leading the pack for the first 100 of the 400 meter in lane number 6, Jordania Thomas, Speedos. This is one of our longer events here, folks. The 400 meter is a mid-distance event, which means they're swimming 8 lengths of the pool. Swimmers must find their pace and ensure that they don't fall off too much, because if they sprint, they will become fatigued and tired. Still ahead in lane number 6, Jordania Thomas, followed closely by lane 5, Skylar Smith. But yes, folks, we have clear skies out here, much better than yesterday. So it looks like we'll be able to complete the events of between yesterday and today, hopefully within a good time frame today, folks. It looks like we're aiming to have 2 sessions here, folks, and end in the mid afternoon. We have a close race here, folks. Lanes 3, 4, 5, and 6 around the same part, but it looks like in lane number 6, Jordania Thomas will turn first. Anything can happen here, folks. This is the girls' 9 to 10 400-meter freestyle. Lanes 4 and 6 synchronized swimming here, folks. That is in lane number 6, Jordania Thomas, and in lane number 4, Nia Donaldson, both from Speedos. Skylar Smith trailing behind in the 3rd spot from the Tornadoes. In lane number 4, it seems to be Nia Donaldson of the Speedos taking the lead here. But synchronized swimming here, lane number 4 and 6 still together, folks. Turning almost at the same time, touching the wall. Skylar Smith of the Tornadoes in lane number 5, right behind them. Lane number 3, Danielia Powells of the Speedos also behind. This is the 3rd 100 of the 400-meter freestyle. Swimmers have 1 more 100 to go. In lane number 4 and 6, still together, Jordania Thomas and Danielia Powell. Turning for the final 100 of the 400-meter freestyle, Jordania Thomas and Nia Donaldson. Nia Donaldson seems to be pulling away, putting in a little bit more effort into this last 100. Skylar Smith coming back as well, kicking very fast and moving her arms faster. Seems like she is paced well. Nia Donaldson seems to be pulling away from her teammate, and Skylar Smith seems to be closing the gap as well. Nia Donaldson turns in first. Jordania Thomas follows. Skylar Smith third. Skylar Smith just trying to close this gap. Swimmers are now kicking as much as they can and moving their arms, trying to extend as much as they can. Swimmers are not, fatigue is starting to set in and lactic acid is building in their muscles, but they're trying to hold it together to take the win. Nia Donaldson out in front, but Skylar Smith is giving Jordania Thomas chase, and Jordania Thomas is not giving up. Coming into for the last 15 meters, Nia Donaldson sees them. Nia Donaldson trying to keep it together. Skylar Smith trying to pass Jordania Thomas, but Jordania Thomas is not giving up here, folks. Nia Donaldson will touching first. Skylar Smith trying to take over. In lane number 6, Jordina Thomas touches in second, and Skylar Smith touches in third. We look to scoreboard. Scoreboard shows 6:11.25 for Nia Donaldson. That's the best time there, folks. Skylar Smith also does the best time there, touching in a time of 6:14, and Jordina Thomas does the best time as well, touching in a time of 6:13.75. Best times all around here, folks. We have the boys 9 to 10 400-meter freestyle coming up. The national age group record for this event is set by Brady Lewison and is 5:04.45. The meet record for this event set by William Wan, 5:31.67. There is one heat for this event. We have one final swimmer coming into the wall in lane number 1, Giamari Blake from the Tornadoes. Yeah, a lot of time drops there, folks. This is event 54, the boys 9 to 10 400-meter freestyle. They're off now. In lane number 1, we have Rafi Duncan, Swimmers Aquatics. In lane number 2, Sunjata Abai Paris, Sailfish. In lane number 3, Tazaya Distance, Speedos. In lane number 4, Connor Chen, Tornadoes. In lane number 5, Khalil Waters, Speedos. In lane number 6, Scott Willoughby, Swimmers Aquatics. In lane number 7, Leo McIntosh, Tornadoes. In lane number 8, Damani Jones, Speedos. Turning first in lane number 4 seems to be Connor Chen of the Tornadoes, followed closely by lane number 5, Khalil Walters, Speedos. Swimmers have to complete 4 100 meters of freestyle. It's not an easy feat here, folks. These are 9-10 swimmers battling it out in lane number 4 and 5. Synchronized swimming, Connor Chen and Khalil Walters. Connor Chen seems to pull away just a little bit for the completion of the first 100. Khalil Walters still holding on to his feet. In lane number 3, Tazia Distance, Speedos following closely behind. Coming up, we have the girls 11 to 12 200-meter freestyle. Record for that national age group record for that event is Morgan Kogo in a time of 2:14.16. The meet record for this event set by Golda Marcus in a time of 2:14.97. That's from 1996, a long-standing record. Turning first, almost synchronized swimming here, folks, in lane number 5, Tazia Distance, followed closely by Connor Chen. It's a tight race here, folks. Lane number 3 trailing behind. Khalil Walters in lane number 5. Tazia Distance in lane number 3, trailing behind. Parents and coaches trying to cheer on the swimmers, walking them up and down the pool, ensuring that they're on pace and on track. Connor Chen seems to have closed the gap there, folks, and turns around the same time as Khalil Walters. 200 meters to go for Connor Chen and Khalil Walters. Connor Chen trying to pull away from Khalil Walters as much as he can, but it's still a tight race, and it seems like Khalil Walters turns in first. Connor Chen is not giving up though, still holding on to Khalil Walters. Lanes 3 and 8 trailing behind Tazia Distance in lane number 3 and lane number 8, Damani Jones. Coming into the wall for their third 100, Connor Chen and Khalil Walters still battling it out. Connor Chen holding on as best as he can. He is in the top spot. But teammates and parents are cheering on their swimmers here, folks. Coming into the wall for the last 5 meters. Connor Chen holding on to Khalil Walters. Connor Chen slightly pulling away, turning first for the final 100 of the 400 meter, breathing off the wall. Connor Chen seeming to pull away now. Seems like he's paced well here, folks. Khalil Walters not giving up, holding on to Connor Chen. Swimmers are now kicking their legs. Khalil Walters kicking his leg. Connor Chen seems to be finding his legs in this race, folks. With 50 meters to go for Connor Chen and Khalil Walters in lane number 3, Tazia Distance, and in lane number 8, Damani Jones following behind, trailing behind. But Connor Chen seems to be trying to hold on to this top spot, turning in first, hitting that wall. Connor Chen sees him and starts kicking his legs. White water at the feet. This is a race. We have a race here, folks. Connor Chen is not willing to give up this first spot, but Khalil Walters is trying to find himself in the speedos on the left side. From the way I'm facing, is trying to cheer on his teammate, but Connor Chen is trying to hold on. Khalil Walters is giving him a good race here. For the last 25 meters, synchronized swimming here, folks. Connor Chen is trying to hold on. He sees Khalil Walters, but Khalil Walters also sees Connor Chen, and he's trying to take the win here. Very close here, folks. Connor Chen, who will have it more? Who wants it more? And it seems like Connor Chen will touch in first here, folks. Followed very closely by Khalil Walters. Scoreboard shows times of 6:07.99 and 6:08.19. Those are best times for both of them here, folks. Connor Chen actually just slightly out of his best time of 6:05. And Khalil Walters just a big time drop coming from 6:37.26. Good time drops there, folks. Tazia Distance touches in third, and Damani Jones follows in fourth. That was the boys, or this is still the boys' 9 to 10 400 meter freestyle. Couple more swimmers coming into the wall. Swimmers are asked to clear the pool as lane number 7 comes into the wall. It's important that swimmers do not cross in front of the incoming swimmer to not obstruct them. Behind the blocks here, folks, we have the girls 11 to 12, 200-meter freestyle. Heat 1 is on the blocks. Heat 2 swimmers are asked to stand closely behind the box to see if there can be a combination of these two races. Swimmers asked to step back. And Heat 1 is now in the water. In lane number 2, we have Madison Grant, Tornadoes. In lane number 5, we have Zariana Hyatt, Wahoo. In lane number 6, Sahari Headley, Speedos. In lane number 4, we have Lael Johnson, Tornadoes. In lane number 8, Lexi Scott, Speedos. This is heat number 1 of the girls, 11 to 12, 200-meter freestyle. Records for this event the meet record for this event is 2:14.97, set by Golda Marcus. The 200-meter freestyle consists of 4 laps of the pool. Turning first look like in lane number 8, Lexi Scott of the Speedos. As mentioned yesterday, the 200 can be considered more of a sprint as you want to try to sprint each and every single lap. It's only 4 laps. So coming into the wall for the first 100, in lane number 8, Lexi Scott, and in lane number 4, right behind her with a flip turn, coming off the wall, that is Lael Johnson, Tornadoes.
Lane 4 as well.
Lane 4 and 8 are out there. Lane 4 seems to have just taken a slight lead on that turn, but lane 8 is not giving up. Lane 4, Lael Johnson, and lane 8, Lexi Scott. Close race here, folks. Madison Grant turns in third, and in lane number 6, we have Sahara Headley, Speedos. Lane 4, Lael Johnson seems to see lane number 8, Lexi Scott, trying to hold on here for the last 5 meters of the 200-meter freestyle. Lael Johnson will touch in first from the Tornadoes. The time she entered with was 3:27.77. We look to the scoreboard to see the time she touched in on. Madison Grant touches in third. Heat number 2 on the blocks, Lael Johnson touching a time of 2:55.22. Big time drop there. Also for Lexi Scott. This is the first time she swam this event, so it's a really good swim for her. Heat number 2 in the water. In lane 1, we have Taylor DeSulmi, Tornadoes. In lane number 2, Victoria Denny, Tornadoes. In lane number 3, Victoria Edwards, Vikings. In lane number 4, Rochelle Dixon, Sailfish. In lane number 5, Charlie Taylor, Blue Seals. In lane number 6, Dina Dudiknova, Speedos. In lane number 7, Lauren Easton, Speedos. In lane number 8, Leah Baker, Swimmers Aquatics. Leading the pack in lane number 4, it looks like. Lane number 4, Rogel Dixon, Sailfish. Lane number 3 seems to be trailing her there. That is Victoria Edwards from the Vikings. Breakfast is on sale here, folks. It sounds really good. They have stewed chicken, ackee, and saltfish. Commentator Zachary would love to get a box of that food. Leading the pack in lane number 4, we have Rochelle Dixon from the Sailfish turning first on her second 100. Trailing behind in lane number 3, we have Victoria Edwards, Vikings. We had a little underwater cam action to see that flip turn there, folks. But still leading in lane number 4, we have Rogel Dixon, Sailfish. Coaches on deck cheering on their swimmers, ensuring that they're moving as fast as possible. The coaches know the commitment and the training that they put in, so they want the best out of their swimmers. Turning for her last 50 in lane number 4, Rogel Dixon. Lane number 3, trailing right behind her, Victoria Edwards. Takes a lot of mental toughness and mental strength to be in this race, folks. And coming into the last 25, Rogel Dixon still having a significant lead, several body lengths away from her components. Coming into the wall for her last 15 meters, Rogel Dixon will definitely take the win for this event. Rogel Dixon entered with a time of 2:42.95. Touching in second will be in lane number 3, Victoria Edwards, and touching in third, Victoria Denny, Tornadoes. The scoreboard shows a time of 2:40.82. So Rogel Dixon did better her time. Touching in second, Victoria Edwards touching a time of 2:53.47. And Victoria touched in a time of 2:55.18. Both best times for those swimmers. Really good swims out here, folks. This is the third and final heat approaching the blocks. This is the third and final heat of the girls 11 to 12 200-meter freestyle. In the water, in lane number 1, Anna Scarlett, Blue Seals. In lane number 2, Leah Page Phillips, Tornadoes. In lane number 3, Annalisa Cook, Tornadoes. In lane number 4, Kyle Lawson, Tornadoes. In lane number 5, Emmanuel Spence, Tornadoes. In lane number 6, Addison Thomas, Sharks. In lane number 7, Chloe Renee Bryan, Tornadoes. And in lane number 8, Sienna Reese Sharp, Tornadoes. Tornadoes has 6 swimmers in this event, looking to take several points in this race. Turning first in lane number 4, Kai Lawson of the Tornadoes, followed closely by her teammate Emmanuel Spence in lane number 5, and in lane number 3 as well, Annalisa Cook following suit. Tornadoes looking for a 1-2-3 in this event, coming into the wall for their first 100. It looks like Kai Lawson leading the pack here, coming into the last 15 meters. Turning first with us about a body length or 2, Kai Lawson, turning in second, Emmanuel Spence, and turning in third, Annalisa Cook, all of the Tornadoes. Still leading the pack here, folks, in lane number 4, Kyle Lawson of the Tornadoes. Her teammates are trailing just right behind her. Lanes 5 and 3, Emmanuel Spence and Annalisa Cook. Teammates are behind the blocks, cheering them on, wishing the best for them. Coming in for the last 25, Kyle Lawson still out in front. Emmanuel Spence trying to give her a little chase there, kicking their legs. Kyle Lawson is driving into the wall. But it will be Kyle Lawson in lane number 4 taking the win for this event, followed by her teammates Emmanuel Spence and Annalisa Cook. We have a little race in lane number 1 and 2. Kyle Lawson entered with a time of 2:18.37. Emmanuel Spence entered with a time of 2:21.28. We look to the scoreboard to see the times. Tornadoes 1, 2, 3, 4. Look to the scoreboard to see the times which these swimmers touched in on. Kyle Lawson just outside of her, just a smidge outside of her time. Annalisa Cook just a smidge outside of her time, as well as Emmanuel Spence. Nonetheless, good swims here.
Very good swims there, Zachary. That's the completion of the girls' 11-12 200 meter freestyle. And now we're on to the 11-12 boys 200 meter freestyle. And they're off in the first heat. Just 2 of them in the pool. Lanes 4 and 6. Dominic Linton, Speedos, and Dylan Whitelock, also of Speedos. So it's Whitelock and Linton, and right now it's lane 4, Dominic Linton, who's ahead of his teammate as they make that turn now. First 50 meters completed. This is the 11-12 boys 200 meter freestyle. Zachary calls this one a sprint. Yes. I call this one middle distance for real swimmers, and I call this one long distance for me, or maybe impossible for me.
No, everything's possible.
The meet record, by the way, Nelson Denny, 2:15.38, set in 2019, and the national age group record, 2:07.21, set in 2023, and it's held by Nolan Barrett. So Linton came in with 3:14.53, and Whitelock came in with 3:47.08, and looks like maybe there's a bit of fatigue starting to set in. I think that that Whitelock has closed the gap just a little bit on Linton, but Linton still leads. Remember, these two are teammates, so they know each other well. Dylan Whitelock trying to get back to Dominic Linton. I think that turn for Linton just gave him a few more yards.
And he's almost a body length out now, folks. Linton wants to pull away here and try to better his time. 3:14.
So, Dylan Whitelock, Dominic Linton battling it out. Still Dominic Linton of Y Speedos continues to lead. They're going to make the final turn now. This is the boys 11-12 200 meter freestyle. And Dominic Linton is looking to better his 3:14.53 as he turns for the final time now. Final 50 meters. Dominic Linton, Dylan Whitelock. It's going to be a mountainous task for Whitelock to get back to Linton.
Whitelock is now powering his legs. He really wants to get back in this race here, folks. But it seems like Linton has glanced his teammate and is not willing to give up here, folks.
Yeah, you can see those strokes from Whitelock getting faster, but Linton is still well ahead and still maintains that lead that he had coming into this final lap. Just about a body length separates them, and is swimming stronger now into the wall. It's Dominic Linton with more stamina, more endurance, and he touches in well ahead of his teammate Dylan Whitelock to get the win.
Scoreboard shows a time of 3:08.02 for Dominic Linton, and Whitelock 3:15.01. Huge time drop for both of those swimmers there. Heat number 2, beside the blocks.
Yeah, Linton came in with 3:14.53 and Whitelock 3:47.08. So Whitelock with a bigger time drop, taking off, what's that, 32 seconds.
Wow. That's
Massive as we look
something.
at Heat 2 now. Looks like we have a full house here. Zachary? Oh, well, yes, we
yes,
do.
full house. In lane number 1, we have Jaden Ismaili, Tornadoes. In lane number 2, Noah Dakers, Tornadoes. In lane number 3, Miguel Jonas, Tornadoes. In lane number 4, Alex Rainford, Speedos. In lane number 5, Amari Thomas, Tornadoes. In lane number 6, Vihar Atkinson, Speedos. In lane number 7, Jahai Koch, Speedos. In lane number 8, Zachary Grant, Speedos. Turning in first in lane number 4, Alex Rainford, Speedos, followed closely by lane number 3 and 5. See, as I've said before, it's a sprint. These swimmers are taking it out on this first 50-meter.
Yeah, I heard you say that they try to sprint all 4 laps, and that's what these swimmers are trying to do. We see Alex Rainford here, Speedos, coming in with 2:41.64, and he's trying to better that time. Of course, he's also chasing the record at this meet, so he's coming with a time that's already faster than the record, and he wants to ensure that he gets it here so that he can get that record. 11 years old, Alex Rainford.
Turns in first for the first 100-meter complete. But following close in lane number 3, Miguel Jonas is not giving up. He wants to be in this race, folks. Also in lane number 5, Amari Thomas, both from the Tornadoes.
Yep, so we see Alex Rainford still well out in front. And in lane 5, looking at Amari Thomas of Tornadoes. So Speedos Tornadoes and then Miguel Jonas of Tornadoes in lane 3.
We can see Coach on deck cheering his summer on. Tornadoes Coach Miguel, longtime coach for Tornadoes, cheering on his summers. But Alex Rainford in lane number 4 still leading the pack. Well, as we see the swimmers start to drive into the wall, but their last 50, they're trying to make something happen here, folks. In lane number 5, he looks like he's chasing down Alex Rainford.
Yeah, Amari Thomas trying to make a move, but Alex Rainford remains in control of this one. And Rainford has about probably a half a body length, maybe less of a lead on his outside of Amari Thomas of Tornadoes. It's Alex Rainford who's driving into the wall now. Alex Rainford in lane 4 will touch in first. What will be the time? Second is Amari Thomas. And the third in lane 3 is Miguel Jonas. These three well clear of everyone else in this contest. 2:40.86 for Alex Rainford. That's a best time for him.
Good swims there. Seems like in lane number 5 as well, he touches in a time of 2:42.22 for Amari Thomas. That's a best time as well. Miguel Jonas will also do a best time there, folks, touching in a time of 2:43. His entry time was 3:03.56, so big time drops there. Approaching the final heat of the boys 11 to 12 200-meter freestyle.
And they're off and swimming. Noah Kim, Aidan Seaton. Kim of Sharks, Seaton of Tornadoes. William Wan, Sharks. Noah Parker, Tornadoes. Joel Sinclair, Sharks. Dominic Wilby, Swimmers Aquatic. Dimitri Ventura, Vikings. And Christian Hall, Swimmers Aquatic. This is the fastest of the three. We're looking for some exciting swimming from the likes of Joel Sinclair and Noah Parker.
Yes, the both representatives of Jamaica at the Curfew Games. Turning first, looks like lane number 4, Noah Parker of the Tornadoes, followed closely by Sharks, Joel Sinclair. Yep, also in lane number 6 as well, Dominic Wilby.
Yeah, so Dominic Wilby keeping pace. In fact, Dominic Wilby now has gone ahead, it looks like to me,
with a slight lead
of Joel Sinclair and Noah Parker. So Dominic Wilby leads, and it looks like in lane 4 Noah Parker is in second, just ahead of Joel Sinclair.
But there's
Stroke for
still
stroke.
but there's still 100 to go here, folks. Noah Parker turns in first, hits that wall first. Still beside him, nonetheless, Dominic Willoughby and Joel Sinclair. Noah Parker seems to be changing gear now for the second 100.
Yeah, what a turn that was from Noah Parker. And that push off the wall really gave him some distance. And Noah Parker starting to separate himself now.
This is what happens here, folks. Sometimes you have to draw gear, change that speed because leading the pack now is in lane number 4, Noah Parker. Trailing behind Joel Sinclair. Dominic Willoughby falling behind. Lane number 3, seeing if he can get into this as well. In lane number 3, we have William Wan of Sharks.
Yeah, Noah Parker moving away from Joel Sinclair of Sharks. Parker of Tornadoes, and on the further outside will be of Swimmers Aquatic. It is Noah Parker who is quickening those strokes now, looking like he has the stamina and looking like he has the resolve to be able to finish ahead of his competitors on his outside. It is Noah Parker in lane 4. In lane 5, Joel Sinclair trying to get that second spot, but what time will Noah Parker touch the wall in? He gets the win. Noah Parker.
Looks
Tornadoes.
like he was just outside of that record there, folks.
2:15.63. Just outside of Nelson Denning's 2:15.38.
Swim for him, folks. That is the best time for Noah Parker. Noah Parker's entry time was 2:16.57, so that is a good swim for him. Joel Sinclair just a smidge out of his best time there, folks. Noah Parker really did what he needed to do there, folks, by sprinting each and every single lap there. He did his pace. He probably took the coaching well. Listen to what his coach has to say about strategy. On the blocks here, folks, we have the girls 13 and over 200-meter freestyle. Heat number 1 in the water.
They're in the water. They took your advice, or so did Noah Parker. Zachary, he sprinted every single lap, and he came away with the best time and almost got that meet record of 2:15.38 set by Nelson Denny. So we're looking at the girls now in the 13 and over for the 200 freestyle. Chantel Forsyth, Tornadoes. Lola Hanna, Tornadoes. Amy Baker, Swimmers Aquatic. Chloe Walker, Swimmers Aquatic. Rhea Mirage, Unattached R. Shannon Hunter, Speedos. And Tiana J. Tucker, Swimmers Aquatic.
Turning first in lane number 4, Chloe Walker, Swimmers Aquatics. The national age group record for this event is for 13 to 14 is set by Janelle Atkinson, 2:05.07, 1997. The meet record for this event in 1997 set by Golda Marcus is in a time of 2:12.10. The 15 to 17 national age group record 2:01.11 set by Janelle Atkinson, 1999. And the 15 to 17 meet record 2:12.47 set by Brittany Williams. And the 18 to 24 meet record 2:10.16 set by Emily McDonald, and the 25 to 34 meet record 2:56.76 Janique Ricketts. Turning first or leading the pack here in lane number 3, Amy Baker, Swimmers Aquatics, followed closely by her teammate in lane number 4, Chloe Walker, Swimmers Aquatics.
So we keep an eye on the Swimmers Aquatic duo, Amy Baker and Chloe Walker. 15-year-old Baker, 2:55.90, her time coming in. Chloe Walker, who's 13, came in with a 2:51.22. So on time, it's lane 4 who came in the quickest.
But Amy Baker seems she has stepped it up here and really wants it more, folks. She continues to lead the pack here, but we see now we're swimmer in lane number 6. That is Shannon Hunter of the Speedos, trying to change the race here, folks, trying to close that gap.
Yeah, she's narrowing the gap on Amy Baker.
It looks like Lamone Lowe of the Swimmers Aquatics, coach of Swimmers Aquatics, is trying to cheer on her swimmer to ensure that she takes that top spot here, folks.
Yeah, but still, Baker in lane 3 is in control. Baker swimming nicely at this point, and looks like maybe a little bit of fatigue setting in for Hunter, and Baker touches in first. And let's see what time she produces. Should be a nice best time for Amy Baker.
Huge time drop there, touches in a time of 2:41.78.
Yep, came in with 255.90. There's 241.78 for Amy Baker.
Shannon Hunter also lowers her time, going a time of 2:44.42. Her entry time was 3:05.34. Big time drops there, folks.
Yeah, and they're already in the water for Heat 2 of 3 in the girls 13 and over 200 freestyle. And we've got Carissa Kelly, Tornadoes, Morgan Easton, Speedos, Cara Hutchinson, Swimmers Aquatic, Kayla Brown, Swimmers Aquatic, Saya Rushlani, Tornadoes, Sky Palmer, Speedos, Soleil Blake, Swimmers Aquatic, and Danica Jackson of Speedos.
Leading the pack in lane at number 4 seems to be Kayla Brown, Swimmers Aquatics. Turning second in lane at number 2, Cara Hutchinson. Sorry, Morgan Easton. Again, Coach Lamone, Swimmers Aquatic coach, cheering on their swimmers, ensuring that they're on pace. They know the work that the swimmers have put in, so they want the best for them. But leading the pack here in lane at number 4, still Kayla Brown, Swimmer Aquatics, turning in first, followed closely by lane at number 6, Sky Palmer, Speedos. With about 75 meters to go in lane number 4, Kayla Brown still leading the pack.
Indeed, it is Kayla Brown who has shown the ascendancy here. 13 years old, 2 minutes 32.75 is what she came in with. And she'll be looking to get the best time as she turns the final 50 meters. Kayla Brown, Swimmers Aquatic. Let's see who's in that second spot. Looks like is that lane 6.
Yes, lane 6 will turn first, but followed closely by her teammate in lane number 2, Morgan Easton.
But here we get a better idea of the gap between Kayla Brown and everybody else. It's Kayla Brown's world and the others are just winning it at the moment. 2:32.75, Kayla Brown's time coming in. What time will she touch in at? Kayla Brown, Swimmers Aquatic. And she dives in now, touches the wall with ferocity.
And
Has time to cool off and rest and read a book before everyone else gets there. It's going to be lane 6 and a Sky Palmer Speedos who touches in second.
look to the scoreboard to see the time the swimmer touched in on. She touched it in 2:30.84. That's a 2-second drop for Kayla Brown, Swimmers Aquatics. And we're on to heat number 3, the final heat of the girls 13 and over 200 meter freestyle. In lane number 1, Conway Foster, Speedos. In lane number 2, Kyra Bryan, Aquamarine. In lane number 3, Alana Jones, Swimmers Aquatics. In lane number 4, Key Alert, Tornadoes. In lane number 5, Alyssa Jefferson, Speedos. In lane number 6, Renee Chung, Speedos. In lane number 7, Zuri Koch, Swimmers Aquatics. In lane number 8, Sarah Burke, Speedos. This is the final heat of the girls 200 meter freestyle, turning, leading the pack now in lane number 4. Key Alert, Tornadoes, one of our national swimmers represented at the Curfta Games. Key Alert also went to the Pan Am Aquatic Games. But it will be a close race here in lane number 5. Alyssa Jefferson is not giving up here, folks. Turning first, Key Alert, followed closely by Alyssa Jefferson, and in lane number 3, Alana Jones, Swimmers Aquatics. It's a close race here, folks.
Kia Alert, one of the outstanding swimmers for Tornadoes. And she continues to lead the pack, but as Zachary told you, this is close. Alyssa Jefferson, Speedos. Alana Jonas of Swimmers Aquatic. And they're making this one interesting. So
Who
it's
hit
the
the wall
long
first?
arms of Kia Alert.
No,
and those
but
long
Alyssa
legs.
Jefferson seems she has hit that wall first with her feet on that flip turn. But coming off that wall, Alyssa Jefferson has taken the lead. Lane number 3 also giving chase. Alana Jones. It's going to be close for a battle between lane for second place here, folks. But Alyssa Jefferson has separated herself from those two. And it looks like she will take the win for this. But we have 15 minutes to go here, folks. Anything can happen. Swimmers Aquatics. Alana Jones is pulling away from Key Alert. And Alyssa Jefferson will touch in first, touching in second, Alana Jones, and Key Alert touching in third. Alyssa Jefferson entered with a time of 2:18.06. Alana Jones entered with a time of 2:19.87. We look to the scoreboard to see the times they touched in on. Both just a smidge out of their best times, but nonetheless good swims out here, folks. We move to the boys, 13 and over, 200-meter freestyle. And they're off heat number 1 in the water. In lane 1, we have Jaden Tyler Grant, Swimmers Aquatics. In lane number 2, Ethan Campbell, Speedos. In lane number 3, Kirk Scott, Swimmers Aquatics. In lane number 4, Joshua Martin, Vikings. In lane number 5, Zachary Montgomery, Tornadoes. In lane number 6, Brandon Graham, Speedos. In lane number 7, Ethan Chin, Speedos. In lane number 8, Asafa Grayson, Tornadoes.
So looks like lane 6. Brandon Graham, Speedos. 16 years old. He came in with 2:42.34. And he now has the advantage. You've got Zachary Montgomery of Tornadoes and Joshua Martin of Vikings in lanes 4 and 5. So it's Brandon Graham, Speedos, into the third lap now, and he's still ahead, but here comes a nice swim from Joshua Martin of Vikings in lane 4, who's moved into that second spot. It was very close between himself and lane 5, Zachary Montgomery of Tornadoes. It looks like Martin has now put himself clearly into that second spot, but Brandon Graham of Speedos continues to lead.
Records for this event, the national age group record 13 to 14, set by Brad Hamilton in a time of 1:59.84. The meet record for this event, 13 to 14, set by Brad Hamilton in a time of 2:03.56. National age group record for 15 to 17 in a time of 1:53.95, set by Nico Campbell. And the 15 to 17 meet record is 2:02.2, set by Nelson Denny. The 18 to 24 meet record is 2:04.31, set by Dominic Lee. And the 35 to 44 meet record, 2:30.37, set by Stephen Alexander.
But that is Brandon Graham well out front. 2:42.34 for him coming in. And that's a strong swim, by the way, from lane 5, Zachary Montgomery. Will he be able to close this and get ahead of Graham?
And he has seemed to pull away, but also lane number 3 has come into this race out of nowhere. Zachary Montgomery comes in lane number 5, touching in first. And in lane number 3, Kirk Scott of Swimmers Aquatics touches in second. Touching in third, Brandon Graham. Zachary Montgomery touches in a time of 2:32.31. And Kirk Scott touches in a time of 2:32.92. Those seem to be big time drops for them folks. And off the blocks now for heat number 2 in lane number 1, we have John Mark Kennedy, Speedos. In lane number 2, Peyton Gale, Swimmers Aquatics. In lane number 3, Matthew Heaven, Sharks. In lane number 4, Xavier Morgan, Speedos. In lane number 5, Suraj Gulwani. Xavier Morgan is from the Speedos, Suraj is from Sailfish. In lane number 6, David Allen, Swimmers Aquatics. In lane number 7, Mateo Chen Hin Mei, Speedos. And in lane number 8, Nathan Mitchell, Swimmers Aquatics. Hitting that wall on the first turn seems to be in lane number 2 and 7. Lane number 2 is Peyton Gill, and lane number 7, Mateo from Speedos. Mateo seems to be separating himself from the pack here, folks. Coming into the wall in the last 50 meters for the first 100 meter. turning first in lane number 7, Mateo from the Speedos, and turning second in lane number 2, Peyton Gill, Summers Aquatics. Leading the pack out in lane number 2, Peyton Gill from Swimmers Aquatics. Coach on deck cheering him on. Lane number 7 is still not giving up though. And in lane number 5, out of nowhere, seems to be Suraj Gulwani, Sailfish. But it looks like in lane number 2 from Swimmers Aquatics, Peyton Gill looks like he wants it. Lane number 3 trailing right behind him, catching that wave. Matthew Heaven from Sharks. Peyton Gill has separated himself and will take the win here, folks, but it's a fight for second place. Who wants it more? Who wants it more? Peyton Gill touches in first, and it looks like touching in second will be lane number 5, Suraj Gulwani, Sailfish, and touching in third looks like Matthew Heaven of Sharks. We look to the scoreboard, see their times. Touching in a time of 2:19.22 and 2:22.54. Those look like big time drops there, folks, for Peyton Gill and Siraj. Heat number 3 behind the blocks. Heat number 3 in the water now. In lane number 1, we have Ricardo David Prevost, Sailfish. In lane number 2, Christian McIntosh, Aquamarine. In lane number 3, Charles McIntosh, Aquamarine Ripples. In lane number 4, Nelson Denny, Tornadoes. In lane number 5, Matthew Kennedy, Speedos. In lane number 6, Reese Hunter, Aquamarine. In lane number 7, Akeem Nicely, Speedos. And in lane number 8, Kimani Hendricks, Tornadoes. Nelson Denny and Charles McIntosh, are both national representatives of Jamaica. Out in front, it looks like in lane number 5, that is Matthew Kennedy. Matthew Kennedy also participated at the Curfew Games recently for Jamaica.
So big race, Zachary.
Very
Nelson
big.
Denny, Matthew Kennedy, big names. Charles McIntosh, Reese Hunter, Jamaican representatives.
Turning first, looks like Matthew Kennedy in lane number 5. Nelson Denny trailing right behind, and Charles McIntosh. They're not giving up here, folks. It is a 200, so they have 100 meters to go. We'll see who paced well. We'll see who took it out better on this race. And it looks like Charles McIntosh is bringing it back together. And it looks like synchronized swimming here, folks. It is going to be very close coming in for that last 50 meters.
Well, Matthew Kennedy looks like he has the advantage still, doesn't he? Yes, in lane 5.
He's about an arm's length away from the other two.
Let's see how good the turn is from Nelson Denny as they...
Swimmers are powering their legs. Swimmers are fighting the water as much as they can because they are not willing to give up. Nelson Denny trying to take the lead over Matthew Kennedy, but Matthew Kennedy is not willing to give up. Nelson Denny holding on. Charles McIntosh has fallen off just a slight bit.
But look at this move from Nelson Denny now in lane 4 to edge ahead. Nelson Denny is going to get there ahead of Matthew Kennedy with a big swim at the end, Zachary.
Yes, huge. Nelson Denny uses his long arms to touch that wall first. Nelson Denny touches in a time of 2:00.52, and Matthew Kennedy touches in a time of 2:00.92. Charles McIntosh touches in a time of 2:03.78. All three outside of their best times, but nonetheless good swims out there. And it looks like we approach the women's 25 and over 50 meter freestyle. We have 3 heats for this event.
Oh yes, we're getting into Zachary's territory, the
50 meter
short sprints,
Yes.
50 meter freestyle. But yeah, that was an exciting race to close out the 200 free in the boys 13 and over. Nice to see Nelson Denny, Matthew Kennedy, and Charles McIntosh there all locked in strong battle. Here's a 50 free now. They're off and swimming, and there's in lane 3, it's Brittany Cohen of Blue Seals who didn't move at the sound of the toad. You've got to be ready. But guess what?
It's a part of the race. It's a part of the race.
It is.
Being
And
attentive, being alert.
She's actually the youngest in this field. Brittany Cohen is 27.
From Blue Seals.
Yeah, Heidi Hanna of Tornadoes is 50. And Jody James of Tornadoes is 40.
Tornadoes look like they'll take the 1-2 here for the first heat of the 50-meter freestyle, 25 women's 25 and over.
Yep, it's
Which-
going to be Tornadoes.
But who wants it more? Who wants it more? Will it be Jody? Will it be Heidi? And Jody looks like she's pulling away slightly from Heidi in this event. But it looks like it's the first time they're both competing as they have new times here, folks. So
My money's on Jody. And Jody touches in first. Jody James of Tornadoes. This is the women's 25 and over 50-meter freestyle.
Brittany Cohen trying to finish the race out here, folks. It looks like she's new as well. It's the first time that she's swimming this event with a new time. Heat number 2 is on the block. And we look like we have a full house for this heat as well. Off in the water in lane number 1, we have Del Wong of the Speedos. In lane number 2, Joanne Fletcher, Tornadoes. In lane number 3, Bridget French, Tornadoes. In lane number 4, Deborah Spence, Tornadoes. In lane number 5, Maria R. Scott, Tornadoes. In lane number 6, Deborah Tapres Franz, Speedos. In lane number 6, Shelly-Ann Chambers, Speedos. And in lane number 8, Bianca Wieldy. And she is out there outside Smoka trying to take the win there. Big swim there for lane number 8, Bianca.
Bianca Wields wielding.
That's a
Her pole
big swim there. Lane number 5 touches in second. That is Maria R. Scott. And touching in third looks like Deborah Spence of the Tornadoes.
37.56.
That seems to be a new time for Bianca as well, so that's a really good swim there. Looks like Deborah Spence and Maria R. Scott equalized their times there, folks. Approaching the last heat of the women's 25 and over 50-meter freestyle.
Yeah, kind of surprised about this age category because, 25 is still a very competitive age. So
Correct.
They've got a wide range of competitors here. This is Anna K. Tucker Saunders in 1, Tornadoes. Raquel Gibson, Tornadoes 2. Monique McLeod, Speedos 3. Gillian Millwood, Speedos 4. Janique Ricketts, 5. Sam McDonald, Phillipson McDonald, Wendy Bell-Watt, and Camila McDonald. And it looks like, is that lane 4, Zachary?
Yes, Gillian Millwood, head of the White Speedos. Head coach of the White Speedos. And she looks like she will take the win, showing the kids what real swimming is about, folks.
Oh, yes, Gillian Millwood. By the way, I should point out she's the youngest in this race anyway, but Gillian Millwood came in with a time of 33.71, and now she swims 34.80.
Not a bad swim there at all, and just a smidge off of the meet record there. We approach the men's 25 and over 50-meter freestyle.
Wait, what was the 35.44? Or was 32.99 for 35 to 44 for the meet record?
Just a little
So not
bit
too
off.
far outside the meet record for Coach Gillian Millwood. If that name sounds familiar, it's because she's the head coach of Speedos and also, of course, a national coach. So men's 25 and over.
And this is a combined heat, it looks like, or heat number 2, as I see from the officials on deck. Final heat. In lane number 1, Norman Chen, Tornadoes. In lane number 2, Loxley Todd, Speedos. In lane number 3, Matthew Preston. In lane number 4, Shaquem Cameron, both from the Tornadoes. In lane number 5, Anthony Morrison Vincent, Speedos. In lane number 6, Stephen Alexander, Speedos. In lane number 7, George Roy Nalty, Speedos.
And it's lane 3, Matthew Preston, who comes in the touch in first. I can't tell you who touched in second because it was very close between
that was a really good race
Cameron
there,
and Morrison Vincent.
in lane number 2 touched in second, Loxley Todd, Speedos. Matthew Preston touching a time of 27.37. Looks like he's bettering his entry time of 28.23. Good swims there, folks.
The 25 to 34 meet record, 22.75, set in 2022 by Ali Kalafala.
That's a really fast time there. Really fast time there. We have, it looks like the girls, 11 to 12, 50-meter butterfly. The national age group record for this event is 28.74, set by Zanita Alvaranga in 2017 at CC Games. And the meet record for this event is set by Kia Alert in 2024 in a time of 31.04. It looks like the back-to-back swims are getting to the swimmers here as they are just on the blocks. Swimmers are just getting ready behind the blocks. And heat number 1 is now in the water. In lane 1, we have Maria Brooks, Tornadoes. In lane number 2, Sana Francis, Aquamarine. In lane number 3, Malia Myri, Blue Seals. In lane number 4, Kalani Alcock, Speedos. In lane number 5, Haley Ann May, Blue Marlins. In lane number 6, B. Todd, Tornadoes. In lane number 7, Rooney Peffer, Blue Seals. And in lane number 8, Sydney Spence, Aqua Youth. Leading the pack in this race in lane number 2 looks like Sana Francis, Aquamarine Ripples. Again, butterfly is one of the most challenging strokes here, folks. And this is a sprint, so the swimmers have to swim as fast as possible to get to the wall. Touching in first in lane number 2, Sana Francis, Aquamarine Ripples. Music seems to be playing here now, folks, so the vibes are up now. We're approaching probably the midpoint of the races for today. Sana Francis enters with a time of 59.17, so we'll look to the scoreboard to see if, and she's smashed that time, touching in a time of 39.37 and beating her entry time of 59.17. Huge time drop there.
Yes, and Francis, Aquamarine Ripples, I could tell that was significantly faster than the 59.17 she came in with. Heat 2 of 5 now. Jordan Robinson, Speedos. Leah Baker, Swimmers Aquatic. Sahari Headley, Speedos. Alexandra Kelly, Tornadoes. Lauren Easton, Speedos. Kennedy Stevenson, Aquamarine. Taylor Dezume of Tornadoes. And Brianna Roberts of Wahoo. All right, so we've just paused briefly as the medics respond to, looks like maybe an injured swimmer. So we're still waiting for Heat 2 of 5. That's what's caused the halt. Of course, this is day 3 of the Tornadoes Invitational Swim Meet. Jordan Fort, Zachary Jackson Blaine, national swimmer Zachary Jackson Blaine, taking you through here on CVM TV, YouTube, and CVM Plus. Thank you so much for joining us wherever you are in the world, watching and listening to us here as we bring you some of the top swimmers, some of the top swimming action from Jamaica, from the National Aquatic Center. And it's all made possible by our broadcast sponsors, Mayberry. So we've got to say a big shout out to Mayberry for making this one possible. And we've got you covered. We've got the underwater cam. We've got our team out here working hard to make sure that you can see as much as possible. And they're ready now for Heat 2. It's Jordan Robinson, Leah Baker, Sahari Headley, Alexandra Kelly, Lauren Easton, Kennedy Stevenson, Taylor Dezume, Brianna Roberts. They are off and swimming in the 11-12 girls 50-meter butterfly. Heat 2 of 5. So on the outside is that in lane number 7, Taylor Dezume of Tornadoes, the host team here, swimming quite quickly in this first 25 or so yards, and it's on the inside. They're trying to keep up with her in lanes 4 and 5, but in lane 7 it is Dezume of Tornadoes who leads. Will they be able to catch up in lane 5?
No, and it looks like there's a little fight there for first place, and it looks like touching in first will be lane number 4. Lane number 4. Alexandra Kelly
Kelly.
of the Tornadoes. Really good swim there. You have to complete the race, folks. She touches in a time of 42.56, bettering her entry time of 45.69. Really good swim there, folks. Big time drops there for most of the swimmers in that race. Third heat on the block. And the third heat now in the water. In lane number 1, we have Pia Christina Edwards, Aquamarine. In lane number 2, Lexi Scott, Speedos. In lane number 3, Dina Dunnikova, Speedos. In lane number 4, Lyle Johnson, Tornadoes. And in lane number 5, Maya Burke, Vikings. Leading the pack now in lane number 2.
Trying to get there as well, but Lexi Scott. 4 and 5, Lale Johnson, Maya Burke, but it's gonna be Lexi Scott, is it? Just gets ahead of lane 4, Lale Johnson. So Speedo gets away with 42.54, and that is a time drop for Lexi Scott.
Well done there, well done there. Lyle Johnson equalizes her time, or just a smidge over her time, and heat number 4 is now on the blocks. In the water now, Jessica Pan, Aqua Youth, Victoria Edwards, Vikings, Roselle Dixon, Sailfish, Sienna Reese, Sharp, Tornadoes, Chloe Renee, Brian, Tornadoes, Victoria Denny, Tornadoes, Muna Lee, Brian, Aqua Youth, and Madison Grant, Tornadoes. Lots of Tornadoes in this race. Leading the pack now in lane number 4, Sienna Reese Sharp. Sienna Reese Sharp is looking to go to Goodwill at the end of this swim calendar, so she's trying to make those times and get up there in the rankings. Big swim there, touching in first, and it looks like she's gotten the time that she needed as she celebrates there, folks. We look to the scoreboard now to see the time that she touches in on. She touched in on 33.69, so a good time drop there, folks. Seems like that's why she must have been excited as we approach the final heat of the girls' 50-meter butterfly.
And they're in the water already. Layla Reed, Mia Reed, Annalisa Cook, Kyle Lawson, Alison Thomas, Leah Page Phillips, Kayla Radcliffe, Emmanuel Spence.
And we have a big swim here, folks. Swimmers are keeping their head down, ensuring that they are as streamlined as possible in the water. And it's a race between Kyle Lawson and Addison Thomas for the first spot. But we have a good race here as most folks are keeping up as well. Who will want it more? Ooh, just a slight touch out there. We wait for the scoreboards just to ensure who touched their first, folks. Just a smidge touch out, 0.05 milliseconds there, folks. That's a good swim for both of them. 31.42 for Kyle Lawson, 31.47 for Addison Thomas. That was a really good swim for both of them there, folks. We move on to the boys, 11 to 12, 50-meter butterfly. National age group record for this event is 27.86, set by Nathaniel Thomas. And the meet record for this event is 29.78, set by Adeline Nixon.
Yeah, big swing that for Kyle Lawson, very competitive race. Looks like we're going to have a combination now for the 11, 12, 50 boys. And they're also in swimming. We only had 3 listed for heat 1. Now we're seeing 5 athletes in the pool. Might well have a combination here. Tough to figure out who's who from our start list here.
Trying to look and see if the caps can show which team these swimmers represent. We can see a Y Speedos cap in lane number 3. Could be Joel Bennett, yes. It might be in lane number 4, or in lane number 5, sorry, taking the win there. Lane number Malik Prince in lane at number 8, taking the second spot there. Malik Prince entered with no time there, so that's a good swim for him there. And Camarco looks like he dropped time, touching in a time of 50.24. Good swim there. Heat number 3 behind the blocks. A lot of speedos. Speedos. Speedo's probably looking for a 1, 2, 3 in heat number 3 of this event. Out in front, we have in lane number 4, Joshua Maxwell. And in lane number 5, following closely behind him, Noah Spence of the Tornadoes. It's going to be close here, folks, but it looks like Joshua Maxwell of the Speedos wants it more here. Joshua Maxwell will touch in first, followed closely by Noah Spence, touching in second. And in third, Zachary Grant of the Speedos. Joshua Maxwell entered at a time of 41.86 and betters the time, touching in a time of 41.03. Good swim there for him.
Best time for Joshua Maxwell, 21:03. He'll feel good about lowering that time. 4-5 on the blocks and the roughs. Vijar Atkinson, Jahai Cook, Rashawn Rao, Christian Hall, James Smith, Laurie Thomas, Irish Sterling, and Ethan Hine.
So full house there, folks. Full pool. Leading the pack there, looks like lane number 3. We have 25 meters to go here, folks. Lane number 3 is Rashawn Rao, unattached. And lane 8 and 8 touches in second, lane 7 touches in third. Good times there, folks.
37.19 for Rashawn Rowe, who was swimming unattached. Came in 39.12 and swam 37.19. So they're off in the fifth and final. Dimitri Ventura, Alex Rainford, Aidan Seaton, Noah Parker, William Watt, Jonas, and Noah Davis.
And it's a close race here, folks. Synchronized swimming, but lane 4, Noah Parker, seems to be distinguishing himself here, folks. Pulling ahead, looks like he's having a good day today, folks. Well rested, and he will pull away from his. And he touches it in first now. Noah Parker, his entry time was 30.67. Touching in second, Dominic Willoughby, Summers Aquatics, and touching in third, Aiden Seaton, Tornadoes. We look to the scoreboard to see those times. Noah Parker touches in a time of 30.46, so just below his entry time, and Dominic Willoughby just equalizes his time of 31.66. We're on to the girls, 13 and over, 50-meter butterfly. National age group for 13-14. Zanita Alvaranga with a time of 20.84. 13-14 meet record is set by Rihanna Scott with a time of 30.16. 15-17 national age group record set by Zanita Alvaranga with a time of 20.89. The 15-17 meet record set by Rihanna Scott in a time of 20.29. 18-24 meet record is 30.54 set by Leah Forrester. 20-35 meet record set by Jillian Millwood, 33.75. The 35-44 meet record is 36.43 set by Cindy Myrie Diouf. And the 45-54 meet record set by Wendy Lee in a time of 44.78. This looks like a combination of heat number 1 and 2 in the water. In lane 1, it looks like Chanel Houghton of the Vikings. In lane number 2, could be Michaela Stewart, Aqua Youth. In lane number 3, Ashley Page Sinclair from Aquamarine. In lane number 5, Rebecca Green, Tornadoes. And in lane number 6, Zoe Ann Carady Speedos. And in lane number 7, Gavani Wizard, Aqua Youth. So it looks like we'll head on to heat number 3 for the girls 50-meter butterfly. They're on the blocks. They're in the water now. In lane number 1, we have Sky Palmer, Wahoo. In lane number 2, Zahari Wilson, Speedos. In lane number 3, Jalia Clark, Sailfish. In lane number 4, Shiloh Allen, Aquamarine. In lane number 5, Alexi Gale, Ingram, Speedos. In lane number 6, Trisha Pujari, Tornadoes. In lane number 7, Kendra Heaven, Speedos. In lane number 8, Jajan Dean, Speedos. And leading the pack in lane number 3, it looks like Jayla Clark, Sailfish.
Yep, Jayla Clark, Sailfish. In 3 is going to touch in first in this one. And 5, second, 6, third. So Alexi Gale Ingram. And Trisha Pujari, Tornadoes third.
And Jayla Clark lowers her time, touching in a time of 41.87. Her entry time was 43.99. We move on to the heat number 4 of 8 for the girls 13 and over 50-meter breaststroke.
In the water now, Lola Hanna, Anya Bean, Asha Lovinder, Jordan Williams, Shirley Forsyth, Tiana Jane Tucker, Marissa Robinson, and Nikita Morgan. Who's out there in front? Looks like good start in lane 8, but in lane 5, swimming well is Chantel Forsyth of Tornadoes. Well, here comes lane 4.
And it will be a...
Lane 5,
Yes.
lane 6 swimming well, Forsyth and Tucker. And in lane 5 it's going to be Chantel Forsyth, 6 finishes second. And lane 4 is Jordan Williams finishing third. Tiana Jane Tucker finishing second.
Lane number 5 touched in a time of 38.38, and lane number 6 touched in a time of 39.38. Good time drops there, folks, for both of them. We head to heat number 5.
Quick and fast. Kiara Gale, Juliana Blake, Victoria Vandeleer, Danica Jackson, Shannon Hunter, Morgan Kingston, Chloe Walker, and Chris Andrews.
This is... But this is what it's about, folks. The 50-meter races are a fast set of races. So out in front in lane number 3, it looks like Victoria Vandeleer of the Speedos looking to take this win here, folks.
Victoria Vandeleer, Speedos, lane 3, leads the rest of the pack. And Victoria Vandeleer will come in for an undaunted lead here in this one. Speedos gets the points. And in lane 5, Shannon Hunter, Speedos in second.
Victoria Vandeleer entered with touches in a time of 33.54, and lane number 5 touches in a time of 36.43. Victoria Vandeleer smashes her time of 37.12 that she entered with.
Heat 6 of 8, Amy Baker, Jazara McCarthy, Sunday Blake, Nayara McLeod, Shreya Ualani, Sky Palmer, Noah Liao, and Saya Washlani. So we're seeing lane 8 actually empty, so we're going to lanes 1 through 7. And in lane
4.
that is Nayara McLeod, who's inching ahead and now just a half a body length or so ahead of second place. McLeod, Nayara McLeod, Speedos, yes, away.
And we look to the scoreboard to see those times. Nara McLeod touches in a time of 34.84, and lane number 3 touches in a time of 35.84. Looks like some big swims for there, folks.
Heat 7 now in the water. Naya Imani Jones, Carissa Kelly, Kelsey Walsh, Asia Marie Adams, Cara Hutchinson, Kanomi Foster, Jessica McIntosh, and Shanae Stoney. And lane 4 is actually empty. So no Asia Marie Adams.
Well, this is a close race here, folks. It looks like in lane number 6 and 7, Connor F. Foster and Jessica McIntosh, Aquamarine and Speedos.
Looks like it's going to be Kanomi Foster who's going to get the win ahead of lane 5. That's Cara Hutchinson.
She entered with a time of 33.57, and she touches in a time of 33.54. Big swim there for her, for dropping her time just a little bit.
3,000 of a second. All time is the final heat. Zoya Hawes, Alyssa Jefferson, Ray Chong, Sabrina Lin, Kia Alert, Chloe Ferron, Zoe Cook, Sarah Burke. Do we have a full field? Yes, we do.
And we have
Olympian Sabrina Lin,
and Kia Alert beside her as well. It's going to be a big swim out of both of them. Kia Alert seems to be right beside Olympian Sabrina Lynn.
Yep, it's going to be neck and neck. Can Sabrina inch ahead? Kia Alert doing very well now. It's going to be Lynn who gets there just ahead of Kia Alert though.
Diving into that wall, ensuring that she doesn't take that extra stroke to slow her down. Sabrina Lynn enters with a time of 27.57, touching in a time of 29.68. Kia Alert touches in a time of 30.08. Both a smidge out of their times, but it looks like we have a record here for one of them. It looks like Sabrina Lynn beats Leah Forster's record of 30.54.
Indeed, new meet record for Sabrina Lynn once again. As told you, the events are thick and fast. The boys are off now in the 50 butterfly 13 and over. And we've got
9 heats for this event. We have in lane, and this looks like heat number 1 in the water. We have in lane number 5, leading the pack, Matthew Baker of Summers Aquatics. Records for this event, 13 to 14, Walden McIntosh, 27.70. 15 to 17, meet record, 25.96, Nelson Denny. 18 to 24, meet record, 26.11, Kellyheem Lozer. 25 to 34, meet record, 27.40, Ramon James.
41.97 for Matthew Baker winning heat 1. He is with Summers Aquatics.
Heat number 2 on the block. It seems like the referees are moving quick and fast with these 50s.
Remember, we're actually behind time because almost the entire afternoon session was postponed to this morning, yesterday, because of lightning. We have much better weather here this morning. You see blue skies. Just a bit of cloud for high spots. 8.29. Christian Dawes Ferran, Shiloh Harris, Jonathan Coffey, Liam Serton, Christian Hamilton, Adrian Alexander, Johan Adams,
Leading the pack in lane number 6, Aidan O'Neill, Alexander, Aqua Youths.
very close to him though is Johannes Isles, and now Aidan O'Neill Alexander inches ahead in lane 6. It's going to be Alexander who gets there just ahead of lane 5. Christian Hamilton with a strong second half swim there from Aquamarine Ripples.
Wow.
36.56.
Some big time drops there. Aidan O'Neill entered with a time of 39.89, so touching in a time of 36. That's really good swim for him there. Heat number 3 on the blocks.
No swimmer in lane 1. None in lane. So it's lane 1 alone, that's empty actually.
So that looks like we have Webster, Keon, Jaden Tyler, Luke, Brandon, Kirk, Tristan Fletcher, and Daquan. Out in front we have in lane number 4, that looks like Luke Ramdale, Aquamarine. Lane number 3 looks like he got back in there. We look, yes, and again time drops there for both Jaden Tyler Grant and Luke Ramdale. Really good swims there, folks. These swimmers are putting in the effort. They're sprinting. They're moving their arms and legs as fast as possible. And we have heat number 4 on the blocks.
Often swimming. Anthony Sanchez Bays, Arico French, David Allen, Nathan Mitchell, Ethan Chin, Hayden Henry, Zaid Thompson, Logan Williams. No swimmer in lane number 4. So we've got Anthony Bays, Sanchez Bays, Arico French, David Allen, Ethan Chin, Hayden Henry, Zaid Thompson, Logan Williams. And Ivan Moment on the very inside of lane 7 and 8 going well, Zachary. We'll look at lane 5.
Lane 5 and 4 are coming back in. Lane number 3 touches in second. Lane number 3, David Allen, he touches in it. Lane number 5 touches in a time of 34.07. Really good swim there for him. Heat number 5 on the blocks.
occupied in heat 5.
Lane number 7.
So Matthew Heaven, Rajon Wills, Buolani, Leo Gale, Demoy Hall, Joshua Martin, and Brandon Graham.
We have about an even line here in the pool, but it looks like in lane number 5, slightly pulling ahead there, that Des Moines Hall Vikings.
Yep, Demoy Hall, Vikings in lane 5. Does he get there?
Ooh, very close between lane 4 and 5 there, folks. That is Ruel Gale and Des Moines Hall, both teammates from Vikings. Lane 5, Des Moines Hall touches in first in time of 31.89 and separated by a thousandth of a second. Lane number 4, 31.90. Really good swim there.
Closest we've seen so far, just a thousandth of a second separating teammates Demoy Hall and Ruel Gale.
Heat number 6 now in the water. Mateo, Speedos, John Mark Kennedy, Speedos, Connor Patrick, Speedos, Clemson Nesbeth, Tornadoes, Tayshawn Hill, Aqua Youth, Matthew Eaton, unattached, O'Shea Campbell, Tornadoes, and Ethan Campbell, Speedos.
No Matthew Hilton in this one, and it is up there on the upside, so it looks like Campbell.
These races are getting fast. Ooh. Ooh, wait, look at the scoreboard, and it sounds like based on 31.93 there, folks. Races are getting faster and faster now as we close the gap to the final race. This is heat number 7 on the blocks. Javier Haig in lane 1, Jason Grant lane 2, Peyton Gale lane 3, Marley Hessing lane 4, Xander Sancroft lane 5, Talon Longmore lane 6, Zachary Montgomery lane 7, Joshua Scott lane 8. Lane 4 coming out very strong. That's Marley Hessing, unattached.
Marley Hessing moving ahead first in the field, and he's going to touch in first. Looks like lane 6, that's Alan Longmore.
Very dominant in that race there. 28.55 for Marley Hessing. That's the best time, coming from 29.90. Good swim there for Marley Hessing. We move to heat number 8 on the block. Again, folks, these races are just getting faster and faster as we move towards heat number 8, penultimate heat. Looks like we have a full house here. Ricardo Davis, lane 1, Mackay Allen, lane 2, Tyler Robinson, lane 3, Kajon Houghton, lane 4, Brandon Wong, lane 5, Howard Wallace, lane 6, Kabiki Thomas, lane 7, and Daniel Gordon in lane number 8. We have a hot race here, folks, in lane number 4 and 5. Brandon Wong entered with a time of 27.56. So we look to the scoreboard to see the time that he touched in on. 27.15. Best time there for Brandon Wong as we move to the final heat. Nelson Denny in this race in the hot seat beside Hunter Stevenson, lane 1, Kai Radcliffe, lane 2, Zach Andre Johnson, lane 3, Matthew Kennedy, lane 5, Julian Willoughby in lane 6, Zakeem Nicely, lane 7, Kimani Hendricks, lane 8. Top swimmers, big dogs in this race here, folks. Zach Andre Johnson in lane number 3 came up there as well. So we look to the scoreboard to see who touched in second. Julian Willoughby. And he looks like he does the best time there, touching in a time of 2:26.60. Nelson Denny equalizes his time, or just a smidge over his best time, entry time there. Zach Andre Johnson equalizes his time there as well, touching in a time of 26. We move to the...
We're out of breath.
No, I know it really got fast there. You know, we had to just keep going and going and going, back to back to back.
We're done with the speeches, though. Those were the sprints, the breaststroke, the butterfly. And now we're quickly turning our attention to backstroke. Starting with the girls 9-10 in the 100 backstroke. There's 3 in this one. Names 2, 4, and 5 Phil, Cecilia Henry, Gilmar Blake, and Anna Gordon.
The meet record for this event, folks, is 121.99, set by Christina Shirley in 2018. And she also has a national age group record in a time of 119.24. For backstroke swimmers, want to try to keep their head back as much as they can, trying to not look up too much at the wall in front of them. Coming into this wall now in lane at number 4, we have Giomari Blake, followed closely by Anna Gordon from the Wahoo.
So the second and final heat of the girls 9-10 100 meter backstroke. We've got Courtney Bell Navis of Vikings in 1, Janessa Trowers of Speedos in 2, Jordana Thomas of Speedos in 3, Danelia Powell Speedos in 4, Skylar Smith Tornadoes 5, Nia Donaldson Speedos 6, Alexandra Rickards Viking 7, and Asia Leanne Cook of Tornadoes in 8. Meet record, let's remind you, 121.99. Christiana Shirley, 2018. And leading this race at the moment, lane 4, Danelia Powell. And Powell of Speedos, 10 years old, comes in with 125.50, does Powell. So Danelia Powell, Speedos, what time will she touch the wall in? She's well clear of the rest of her competitors. Who's in second place? Looks like Skylar Smith of Tornadoes in lane 5. But no doubting your leader and now your winner, Danelia Powell of Speedos. Touching the wall first. In second, Skylar Smith Tornadoes. So 123.91 for Danelia Powell, and that's a big time drop for her. Came in with 125.50. Outside the record though of 121.99. So that record stands for another edition. 129.59 for Skylar Smith of Tornadoes, finishing in second. And that is a best time as well. She came in with 127.67. So 9-10 girls, 100 meter backstroke. Over and out with that one. They're done. We're on to the boys in that same age category. And this is the first heat of 2. Got 4 in this one. Lanes 3, 4, 5, and 6. Zane Moulton in lane 3, Speedos. Joshua Distant, Tornadoes in 4. Jordan Mantock, Tornadoes in 5. Rafi Duncan, Swimmers Aquatic in lane 6. Lane 3, Zane Moulton, Speedos. Swimming out there well in lane 6 as well, Rafi Duncan. So Rafi Duncan is leading this race by quite some distance. He's got about a body length and a half on second place. Zane Moulton. Rafi Duncan is already into the final lap. And he's looking to maximize the points here for Swimmers Aquatic. So good underwater there, it looks like, from Zane Moulton, who's come back just a little bit, but still well behind Rafi Duncan. This is the boys' 9:10 100 backstroke. Meet record at 125.02. Jomo McMayo back in 2017. National age group record, Brady Lewinson, 113.34. So Rafi Duncan, Swimmers Aquatic, 10 years old, entered this race with no time and looking to register a mark. Just hits the lane marker there, does Rafi Duncan, as he drifts to the left of the lane. So Rafi Duncan gets the win. And in lane 3, Zane Moulton gets second. 2:03.36 for Rafi Duncan. So we await the start now of the second of 2 heats in the boys' 9:10 backstroke. Let's get you acquainted with the competitors. In 1, it's Sunjata Abai Paris. Tazaya Distant is in 2. Damani Jones in 3. Jones and Distant are Speedo swimmers. Sailfish is who Paris represents. Sergio Dalrymple is in 4. Connor Chen, Tornadoes. Dalrymple is of Blue Marlin. Connor Chen is of Tornadoes. Khalil Walters, Speedos. Scott Wilby of Swimmers Aquatic and Zachary Blake of Swimmers Aquatic is in lane 8. In fact, there is... yeah, they're all there. So looking at Sergio Dalrymple now in lane 4, who hits that wall first. So Sergio Dalrymple of Blue Marlin Swim Club is well ahead of the rest of the field. 10-year-old Sergio Dalrymple came in with 129.83, and he touches the wall first here. In lane 5, it's going to be Connor Chen of Tornadoes who finishes second. And lane 6, Khalil Walters of Speedos will finish third. 127.98 for Dalrymple is almost a 2-second drop in time. came in with 129.83. Did the Blue Marlin Swim Club swimmer. The girls are already in the water. This is the 11-12 category as the boys exit the pool from the 9-10 backstroke. Going to have two heats for the girls, 11-12. This is going to be the 200-meter backstroke. Swimmers being told to exit the pool to make way for the other race. Organizers doing their best to move quickly through here because guess what? We missed almost an entire session yesterday due to inclement weather. And so that afternoon into evening session from yesterday to be completed here today, that's what we're doing right now. And then the session that was scheduled to have been the lone session today has been moved to this afternoon. So another full day for us here. Just two athletes in this one. Lanes 3 and 4 occupied. Leah Baker and Charlie Taylor. Baker is of Swimmers Aquatic, Taylor of Blue Seals. So, Blue Seals, Charlie Taylor. Charlie Taylor well ahead of Leah Baker. Blue Seals well ahead of Swimmers Aquatic. No time for Baker coming in, but Charlie Taylor comes in with 3:19.33. Remember, this is 200 meters, and the meet record here is 2:35.58. It was set by Leanna Wainwright in 2019. But the national age group record was set in 2018. Morgan Kogel, 2:31.22. And Charlie Taylor stretching that advantage. So 12-year-old Charlie Taylor of Blue Seals going about her merry way, leaving behind Leah Baker. And that gap's getting wider and wider. She's going to do one final turn for the final 50 meters. Charlie Taylor. So Charlie Taylor, Leah Baker, Taylor well ahead, already in that final 50 meters. And looking to better that 3:19.33 she came in with. So we'll keep an eye on Charlie Taylor and keep an eye on the clock as well. Swimming for Blue Seals. Judges just there to take a look as Charlie Taylor will complete the 200 meters now. $3:14.94 for Charlie Taylor. No, 3:13.32. So does get a best time. Clock just didn't reset. So Charlie Taylor finishes with a best time. There's that TYR suit that Zachary was telling you about yesterday as we get the underwater cam. So the second of two heats getting ready to start now. So we've got Kayla Radcliffe, Chloe Renee Bryan, Kai Lawson, Anna Scarlett, Mia Reed, Rochelle Dixon, and Leah Page Phillips. This is 200-meter backstroke. Kai Lawson is winning this one. Sorry if I sound distracted. Did I just hear over the public address system that there's ackee and saltfish somewhere? Oh my. Let me keep focused on this race because I don't want to get too distracted and start salivating over the ackee and saltfish. I know Zachary Jackson Blaine doesn't have that in Indiana. So he's probably getting as much of that in during his time here in Jamaica as he can. That's a foreign concept in his neck of the woods at Franklin University. Franklin College. So Kai Lawson, this is not foreign territory for her. She's used to leading. She's used to swimming this well. And she continues to lead this 200 backstroke for 11-12 girls. Lawson came in with a 2:39.95. And she's looking to better that time. She, of course, represents the host team, Tornadoes Swim Club. 4 Tornadoes swimmers in this one. Annalisa Cook is there as well. In fact, 3 Tornadoes swimmers. Leah Page Bryan is there too. So here's Kai Lawson. And as she touches in, start to finish, she led this one. 2:39.95 was her time coming in. In second place, by the way, Anna Scarlett of Blue Seals. And in lane 6, we're going to have third, Mia Reed, Vikings. $2:42.66 for Kai Lawson is outside of her best time of 2:39.95. So not a best time, but still a good swim for Kai Lawson. That completes the girls 200 meter back. The boys now getting ready to go in the water. 11:12. The meet record is 2:36.07. The national age group record is 2:23.09. That's from 2009, that national age group record. Timothy Winter, 2:23.09. Meet record set in 2023. No athlete in lane 2. Dominic Wilby comes in with no time. William Wan of Sharks is there. Comes in with 2:50.27. Noah Parker, Tornadoes, 2:47.43 coming in. 12-year-old Joel Sinclair, Sharks, 2:49.88 coming in. He's been having a good meet so far. Noah Kim, Sharks, 3:28.90 coming in. And Zachary Grant, Speedos, comes in with a time of 3:56.42. 50 meters completed now in this 200 meter backstroke. Boys 11-12. And we've got the lanes closest to camera doing very well. Look at lane 1, that's Dominic Wilby. As I told you, came in without a time. Trying to register a mark here. A good time as these athletes build up to the rest of the season. These are 11 and 12-year-olds. And look to the middle of the pool now. You see there in lane 4 where Noah Parker, if Tornadoes is going well, so too is lane 3, William Wan of Sharks. So Parker and Wan almost in synchronicity. Turning, and Wan pretty good underwater. Noah Parker looks like he's still slightly ahead. And that is a battle of Tornadoes and Sharks. Will the Sharks be able to withstand the Tornado underwater? Will this Tornado whirlwind engulf the Shark and get the better of him? Doesn't look that way because Noah Parker has now pulled further ahead. And Noah Parker has turned for home with a commanding advantage now. Noah Parker, Tornadoes. William Wan, Sharks. Also look to Joel Sinclair, Sharks. So 2 Sharks chasing the Tornadoes swimmer in Parker. And Parker not letting up, not relenting. And those strokes still looking pretty quick. That endurance looking good. Noah Parker will not be caught in this one. 2:47.43 for 12-year-old Noah Parker coming in. Touches the wall now. What time will he produce? We'll wait for the scoreboard for that. Second is lane 3. That's William Wan of Sharks, just ahead of his teammate Joel Sinclair. 2:43.08 for Noah Parker, and that is a big time drop. Came in with 2:47.43. Second, 2:49.08. That's William Wan. That's also a time drop because he came in with 2:50.27 and 2:49.55 for Joel Sinclair. Is also a slight time drop. So best times being produced there. That's Joel Sinclair waving to our underwater cam.
And I am back, folks. This is Zachary back again after getting that wonderful snow cone at the concession.
I'm going to give you a task, Zachary, because I'm going to task you with finding out where that ackee and saltfish is for me.
The ackee and saltfish at the same place that the snow cone's being sold.
Wow.
So
It looks like you'll be heading back there.
Well, I already have my stew chicken right here. I already have.
You're ahead of the rest of us. Way ahead of us.
I can make a run for everybody, but look, I was on it. I heard food was announced at the start of the session, and I knew I had to get some.
All right, so they're off and swimming. This is the girls 13 and over 200 backstroke, and we've got Tiana Jade Tucker, Rebecca Green, Saya Rashlani, Lola Hanna, Chanel Horton and Ria Mirage. A lot of these swimmers coming back now for their second and third races of the morning. So we'll watch to see how they'll handle that fatigue.
It
Lane
sounds
4.
like we'll have a small break in between. We start back at around 12, I believe. So we even have like the relays being combined later to, bring up the time a little bit to give the swimmers a little bit of rest in between the sessions that they've made for today.
Rushlani leading so far. Rushlani representing Tornadoes. She came in by far the fastest time, 3:19.12. 4:01.95 for Lola Hanna. And 4:02.63 for Rebecca Green. Rushlani, 15 years old. Hannah and Green, 13.
We got a slight gray cloud rolling in, but hopefully this doesn't mean anything for the rest of today, folks. Sia Rushlani turns in for the first 100 meter. Chanel Houghton following close behind her. Turning for her last 50, Sia Rushlani in lane number 5. Turning second, lane number 6, Chanel Houghton. Sia Rushlani is dominating this race for her last 50. 25 meters left in this race for Sia Rushlani. This is the girls 13 and over 200 meter backstroke. There are 2 heats in this event. This is heat number 1. And Sia Rushlani in lane number 4 will touch in first for this event. Sia Rushlani entered with a time of 3:19.12. So that looks like a really good swim for her. We look forward to the scoreboard to see this time. Scoreboard shows 3 minutes, .1. So that's a really good swim for Sia Rushlani there.
So we've seen the completion of the first heat now.
Yes, in lane number 5 and 3, touching in to finish out this heat. It's heat number 2 on the blocks.
Yep, heat 2 got Sky Palmer, Speedos. Shreya Gualani, Sailfish. Victoria Vandeleer, Speedos. Leah Forrester, Aquamarine. Alana Jones, Swimmers Aquatic. Zuri Koch, Swimmers Aquatic. Konomi Foster, Speedos. And Naya Imani Jones of Speedos.
Lanes number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 are filled for this race here, folks. Swimmers are asked to relax before the event to ensure that all swimmers are able to use the backstroke ledges. They use these to prevent them from slipping on the dive here, folks. And they are off now, folks. Leah Forrester, national representative of Jamaica. She went to the Panama Aquatic Games Victoria Vandelier right beside her in lane number 3. Also a prior representative of the Curved Games. They're up on their first 50 here for the 200-meter backstroke. The 15-17 age group record is set by Leanna Wainwright in a time of 2:30.52, and the 18-24 meet record is Leah Forrester's record in a time of 2:34.10. Leah Forrester out in front in lane number 4, about a body length out, several body lengths out from the people she is racing against. Lane 4, Leah Forrester coming into the wall now. She will turn first to go on her second 100 of the 200-meter backstroke. Victoria Vandelier will turn second, and in lane number 5, Alana Jones turning in third. Leah Forrester has a significant lead here, folks, out in front. Victoria Vandelier still trying to hold on for second, but Alana Jones is giving a little chase here. Lane number 6, Zuri Koch also coming back up in this event. And it looks like rain has started to drizzle now, folks, as Leah Forrester turns for her final 50 off the 200-meter backstroke.
Oh, those drops coming down, Zachary. Let's hope that...
We don't have a repeater yesterday.
Yeah, let's hope the skies are...
Partly cloudy, yes. So...
I mean, it's still sunny in some parts, but we're still seeing those drops as Leah Forrester of Aquamarine Ripples, 20 years old, 2:31.97 her time coming in.
So she's chasing that meet record, and that she has set last year, 2:34.10.
Let's see what she produces, Zachary.
Dives into the wall looking for a good time there. She looks up at the scoreboard. Looks like she might be unsatisfied with that time there. Wait to see the scoreboard. Victoria Vandelier touches in second, and in third, Alana Jones, Summers Aquatics.
Yeah, so 2:34.10 is what she set last year. She already swam 2:31.97 so far this year.
So we're waiting to see the scoreboard here, folks, to see the time that Leah Forrester touches. It looks like her coach is talking to her about that swim that she went through with. And the scoreboard shows 2:30.00. So it looks like Leah Forrester not only bettered her time of 2:31.97, but she also now has the meet record for the 18 to 24 age group.
Yeah, lowers her own record.
Yeah, so big swim there for Leah Forrester. We now move on to the boys, 13 and over 200-meter backstroke. There are 3 heats for this event. Heat number 1, is in the water, and heat number 2 is asked to stand behind the blocks. Slightly uncertain of what's going on here because it looks like the swimmers from heat number 1 were asked to exit the pool. Heat number 3 was also asked to stand very closely behind the swimmers that are already at the block. Heat number 2 now is... Heat number 2 has entered the water now.
So they're off and swimming in Heat 2 of the boys 13 and over 200 back Tristan Fletcher, Ruel Gale, Asafa Grayson, Brandon Graham, Ethan Chin, Rajon Wilkes, Shiloh Harris, Jaden Tyler Grant.
Out in front in lane number 2, Ruel Gale of the Ruel Gale of the Vikings.
So lane 2, closest to camera there making that turn is Ruel Gale of Vikings. And looks like he's continued that lead. Lane 4 is Brandon Graham of Speedos in second at the moment. So it's Brandon Graham of Speedos who's going to overtake Ruel Gale of Vikings. Brandon Graham, Speedos, 16 years old, came in with 3:01.49.
But yeah, it does look like some clouds are rolling in from the hills, folks. So hopefully we do not have a repeat of yesterday.
Graham, does he get the lead? They are neck and neck.
It's very close, folks. We have another 100 meters to go here. Anything can happen. The records for this event are as follows. 13-14 meet record is set by Zach Andre Johnson in 2023 in a time of 2:20.60. The 15-17 meet record is set by Ramon James, 2:16.97. And the 18-24 meet record is set by Rin Giles in a time of 2:24.21. Coming into the wall for the third turn, it looks like in lane number 4, Brandon Graham. But actually, Ruel Gale, lane number 2, touches the wall with his feet first. And to wrap up this session, we will have several relays at the end of it. It looks like we will have the 25 and over relays combined to bring up the timeline, and we also will have the 200-meter freestyle relays for the 11-12 girls, 11-12 boys, 13-14 girls, 13-14 boys, 15-20, 15-24 girls and boys. But leading the pack now, or touching in the wall, is lane number 2, Ruel Gale, and Brandon Graham in lane number 4 will touch in second. Really good swim there for Ruel Gale. We wait to see the scoreboard to see the time that he touched in on. He touched in on 2:54.41, and Brandon Graham touched in on 3:04.07. Brandon Graham slightly over his best time, but it looks like Ruel Gale had a massive time drop coming from 3:35.58
to 2:54.41.
Big time drops there.
Yeah.
Looks like he had a really good swim there.
I'm sure he'll be happy about that, Ruel Gale Vikings.
Yeah, I know I'd be slapping the water and be doing all sorts of antics in the water after that swim. So I'm sure his coach and parents are definitely proud of him.
So this is day 3, the third and final day of the Tornadoes Invitational Swim Meet. Jordan Fort and Zachary Jackson Blaine taking you through action here on CVM TV YouTube and CVM Plus. And our coverage here is brought to you by Mayberry. Thank you so much to Mayberry for making this possible. We're witnessing some of the top swimmers in the nation going head to head. Looks like we have 2 swimmers. Is this heat 1 now?
I believe this is heat 1, yes. In lane number 4, it looks like Jason Grant, Tornadoes. In lane number 5, we have... in lane number 4, we have Jason Grant, yes. And in lane number 3, Zayd Thompson, Swimmers Aquatics. Interesting to see what they did there. And they put heat number 2 first, and then they moved on to heat number 1. It looks like they were trying to make a combination to move up the
So
timeline.
are we looking at Jason Grant and Connor Patrick Payne now?
No, it's Jason Grant and Zayd Thompson.
Okay.
Swimmers Aquatics, 3 and 4. Yeah, it looks like they're trying to move up the timeline. They're trying to combine to see if anybody was missing from heat 2 or heat 3. But it looks like they were full houses. So turning first in lane number 4, Jason Grant coming back on his first 100. And And it looks like we can see lined up behind the blocks the women's and the men's 25 and over meter relay, 200 meter freestyle relay are lined up behind the blocks. They're getting ready and getting it going to be prepared for the upcoming event.
So Jason Grant, Tornadoes, lane 4 is leading. Remember, it's just 2 in this race. It's Jason Grant, Tornadoes, and Zaid Thompson, swimmers aquatic. Neither of them entering with a time, so they're both looking to register their first time in this of the season. And Jason Grant, Tornadoes, is in full control here.
On his last 50 of the 200 backstroke.
Grant is 15 years old. The 15 to 17 meet record is 2:16.97, set back in 1999 in the prehistoric days of 1999. Jason Grant. Long-standing record there. Set by Ramon James. The national age group record 15:17. Zachary's Keenan Dolls. Set in 2016, 2:03:05. Here comes Grant now. Lane 4.
Touching the wall first for heat number 1. Zaid Thompson on his way back for his final 50 as well of the 200 backstroke. We move to the final heat number 3 of 3. In lane 1, John Mark Kennedy Speedos. In lane number 2, Kaya Radcliffe Speedos. In lane number 3, Kristen McIntosh Aquamarine. In lane number 4, Reese Hunter Aquamarine. In lane number 5, Tyler Robson Tornadoes. In lane number 6, Ricardo David Prevost Sailfish. In lane number 7, Brandon Wong Speedos. And in lane number 8, Mateo Chin Hing Mei Speedos.
Yeah, so 3:09.23 for the winner there, Jason Grant.
That would have definitely placed him up there in heat number 2. As heat number 2, Ethan Chin entered with a time of 3:14.64. So it looks like he definitely would have been up there. So I guess he's looking forward to that for the next season. And Zaid Thompson finishes his race now. And heat number 3 is asked quickly to enter the water. It looks like they're trying to move as quickly as possible to beat whatever weather conditions may come.
Yeah, 4:09.05 for Zaid Thompson. So here's heat 3. All lanes are occupied. We've got John Mark Kennedy of Speedos, Kai Radcliffe Speedos, Christian McIntosh Aquamarine, Reese Hunter of Aquamarine, Tyler Robinson of Tornadoes, Ricardo Davis Prevost of Sailfish, Brandon Wong of Speedos, Mateo Cheng Hin Mi of Speedos. Off. And swimming they go.
Look at those underwaters. Some of the swimmers are trying to hit as the strongest underwaters and try to reach that 15-meter mark. In swimming, swimmers are only allowed to travel underwater for 15 meters, and they must come up or they will be disqualified for pushing past that 15 meters. As we can see, there's a slight rope that allows the swimmers on their back to see where they are in terms of being in the water. But yeah, it's a huge thing, especially on these 200 meters. They want to utilize those underwaters because it does conserve their energy as much, and you do travel faster underneath the water. Leading the pack now in lane number 2, we have Kaya Radcliffe from the Speedos. But I feel like it will be a big race because lane number 3, 4, and 5 are still on his tail. And lane number 7 looks like he's swimming a good race as well. Brandon Wong of the Speedos, his teammate.
Yeah, Radcliffe, one of those national representatives.
Relay breaststroke. But he's taking on his backstroke event pretty well.
Comes in with 2:37.60, 15-year-old Radcliffe. A 15 to 17 meet record is 2:16.97, as we mentioned earlier. So you'll be seeing how close he can get to that particular mark.
And he continues to lead as lane number 4 and 5 seems to be coming up. But it's an interesting race here, folks. Kai Radcliffe continues to lead the pack. But lane 4 seems like he wants to get back in this as he comes back up. Lane number 4, synchronized swimming here, turning at this almost at the same time. Lane number 4 and 2, Kai Radcliffe and Reese Hunter seem to be in sync here, folks. Who will take it? Reese Hunter having a really good race here. It looks like he's taking the lead from Kai Radcliffe. But lane number 5 is trying to come back into it. Lane number 5, Tyler Robinson from the Tornadoes, trying to bring himself back in this race. Looks like he will also overtake Kai Radcliffe, coming in for the last 15 meters. But it will be Reese Hunter touching in first, touching in second. It's too close to call, but it might be Kai Radcliffe. We wait to see the scoreboard to ensure those times. Reese Hunter enters with a time of 2:31.16. So it looks like he lowers that by touching in a time of 2:31.02. Kai Radcliffe touches in a second with a time of 2:32.39, bettering his time of 2:37.60. What time is it? The announcer says it is relay time. We move on to the men's and women's 200-meter freestyle relay. It sounds like we have combined events 71 and 72, so we're waiting to see the swimmers participating in this race. It looks like the men's Tornadoes A, Tornadoes B are in lane 7 and 8. And as follows for the women's are in lane 2, Tornadoes C, lanes 3, Tornadoes B, lanes 4. It looks like it's a hot race between the men. Taking over from Tornadoes A for the women. Tornadoes A will be off first. Tornadoes A comes 12th, and Tornadoes B 12th in second. Tornadoes A and has closed that gap for the men, but it looks like Tornadoes will lead off for the final leg. And they're off. Tornadoes A following suit. It looks like Matthew Preston, who swam earlier, the 27, is chasing him down. But it looks like the lead is too great. Tornadoes A is widening that gap. Tornadoes A for the women is in the lead. It looks like Jillian Millwood is up for the anchor leg for the women. And it looks like Speedos A for the men will put in first, followed second by Matthew Preston of the Tornadoes. And for the women, Speedos A is off. Jillian Millwood anchoring that, and it looks like Tornadoes A is off now as well. Also, so Tornadoes B. Anything can happen here, folks. Tornadoes A is off, trying to chase down Jillian Millwood head of the Y Speedos. But the gap is significant here, folks. It looks like Jillian Millwood will secure this victory for the women's 200-meter relay. Folks, everybody's active, everybody's on deck, everybody's cheering on their swimmers. A lot of excitement in the air.
Yeah, an individual sport, but you can hear the excitement when the relays are announced. I guess it's a big feature here at these events as well, because when the announcer shouts that it's relay time, everybody gets all excited. 156.94, that was the win for the Speedos men.
Looks like they dropped time there on that. They entered with a time of 159.39, so it looks like they had some big dogs in that event to bring down that time. So they just switch up to their best time with time 2:01.27. For the women, it looks like Speedos 8 brought down their time from 2:40 to ways in which swimmers are able to time and be able to dive on as quickly as possible, almost seamlessly as the swimmer touches the wall. Into the wall now, Tornadoes A is leading the pack now, followed closely by Vikings A, and lane number 5 is Speedos A, sorry. Tornadoes off on their third leg.
Yep, Tornadoes A still with that advantage. And in lane 3, Vikings now losing some ground, losing some distance to Tornadoes A. So Tornadoes A now with what? 2 body lengths in front.
But Vikings is still on their tail no matter what, and Tornadoes B, it looks like in lane number 1, has caught up to Speedos A in lane number 5. Tornadoes A is off now on their anchor leg.
So Tornadoes A looking to better that time they came in with of 132.21.
And it looks like they will definitely gun for that meet record. The meet record is 158.81, and the national age group record is 155.47. So it looks like they're running for that time there. They will touch in the wall right now. It looks like a really good swim.
Yeah, that looked fast.
Look, one of the things about the anchor leg is that they try to either put their second fastest or their fastest on that anchor leg to bring it home strong.
So that meet record of 158.81 beaten 158.57 done by Tornadoes A. So we're at the boys 11-12 now. This is the 200 freestyle relay. Speedos D, Tornadoes B, Sharks A, Tornadoes A, Speedos A, Speedos B, Speedos C.
Speedos with one in lane 1 missing. They have 3 teams. So Speedos is going for the big points for the boys. But it looks like out in front in lane number 3, Sharks. Sharks looks like they really want this race here, folks. But as Tornadoes are surrounding them, it looks like they'll give them.
A strong swim there from Tornadoes A, and they have now taken control of this race. This is the boys 11-12 200 freestyle relay. The meet record a minute 59:19 set in 2018 by the Tornadoes Swim Club. So here they go, Tornadoes A. Let's see what they do. They already got the meet record in the girls event. What will they do in the boys event? So Sharks giving chase, but Tornadoes A in control, and Tornadoes A in lane 4.
They're excited, they're glad, they're We move now to the girls 13-14 50 meter 200 meter freestyle relay. The 11-12 boys relay was just it below the meet record there. They touched in with a time of 1:59.79, and the meet record was 1:59.19. Good swim there for the boys. It seemed like they were excited for that one. Good sportsmanship and rivalry is in the air. Girls 13 and over, girls 13-14, 200 meter freestyle relays on the blocks. And they're off now in lane number 2, Tornadoes B, in lane 3, Aquamarine A, in lane number 4, Tornadoes A, and in lane number 5, Summers Aquatics A, in lane number 6, Speedos A, and in lane number 7, Speedos B, in lane number 8, Speedos A.
All right, so again, the exciting 200 freestyle relay, 13-14 girls, 1:55.55, meet record by Tornadoes.
Yeah, it looks like Tornadoes is holding on to several of these long-standing records here. Record is from 2019. But out in front in lane number 5, it looks like Summers Aquatics. But in lane number 3, Aquamarine Ripples is giving them chase. I can hear a lot of excitement outside. Coaches on deck cheering people on. Summers are cheering each other on. They really want it. And they're off almost seamlessly. But it looks like lane number 3, Aquamarine Ripples, is going to try to take over from Summers Aquatics. Lane 6 and 7 also fighting it out for the 3rd spot. But it looks like lane number 6, that is Speedos A, trying to fight to get up there. Anything can happen here, folks. And it's close, and it's close. You keep watching lanes 5 and 3 to see what happens. And it looks like Summers Aquatics just takes the lead there. They're off.
Yep, lane 5, Swimmers Aquatics, getting that lead, and a lot of cheering.
They're up on their feet. The parents are up on their feet. Swimmers are up on their feet. They're cheering them on. They're bringing them home. They're bringing them home. They really want this, folks.
Swimmers Aquatics get there.
Yes, they will touch in first in a time of 1:58.80. That looks like a really good time for Summers Aquatics. They're just above, a smidge above their entry time of 1:57. That's a good swim there. As we move to the boys, 13-14, 200 meter freestyle relay. The national age group record for this event is 142.39, set by Jamaica. And the meet record for this event is set by Tornadoes Swim Club.
All right, so the boys 13-14, 200 freestyle relay. The meet record, guess who's on that? None other than Zachary Jackson Blaine.
I don't even know how I'm on there. I don't remember that. You know, it probably was a really good some.
You don't remember that, Swim?
Well, I remember the people.
2019?
2019. That probably was that was actually, yeah, first time I made Carifta. So that was first year I made Carifta. So I was probably coming down to like a 25 there.
And who were the other members of the team?
Adrian Balfour, Daniel Mayer, Nathaniel Thomas. Nathaniel Thomas is at Purdue University, folks, and he's one of our national swimmers. Out in front in lane number 3, that is Aquamarine Ripples, followed closely by lane number 4, that's Tornadoes A. Aquamarine is really out there, folks. They're putting in that work. They really want to try to clip me off of the records here, folks.
Well, we'll see if they can break that 147.93.
You know, I think it's good whenever these records get knocked down, folks, because it just shows that we're getting faster, we're getting better.
Shows progress.
Yes, it does, absolutely. Aquamarine making their way down. This guy is kicking so much water, folks, so much white water coming from his legs. His arms are spinning, folks. He really wants it. He wants it for his team. Tornadoes A is falling closely behind, and in lane number 6, it looks like Summers Aquatics is also coming behind. But Aquamarine Ripples will take the win for this one, folks. 200-meter freestyle relay. The boys 13-14. Tornadoes 8 falls in second place. We wait to see the scoreboard to see the time that they touched in on.
1 minute.
We wait to see the scoreboard reset on that one. Uncertain of that time there, folks.
Yeah, we see lane 1 touching in now.
So the board will reset. One more swimmer for the board to reset.
That's lane 2 Speedos.
Wait for the board to reset. Zachary's very eager and says that can't be real.
Yeah, the win came from lane 3. It's Aquamarine Ripples. Came in with 149.60. So beating the Tornadoes team.
So it looks like we have a combination here. It looks like the girls and boys will be combined together to move up the timeline, folks. In lane number 1, it looks like we have Speedos A, and in lane number 2, Tornadoes A. Sabrina Lynn looks like she'll lead off the girls, and in lane numbers 4, it looks like lane number 4 we have Tornadoes B. In lane number 3, Tornadoes A. In lane number 4, Speedos A. Lane number 5, Aquamarine. Looks like Speedos B is out for this one. So out in front, it looks like for the Speedos A in lane. That's Speedos B, sorry, in lane 4. They're out there. Wonder why they would put their fast guy on Speedos B.
Maybe trying to get some more parity.
Maybe they've split them up evenly.
Yeah.
Maybe. So it'd be interesting to see here what happens here, folks. So Speedos A is coming down really strong. And they're off. It looks like in lane number 4, Speedos B, Speedos A follows behind, and Tornadoes A is now in the water as well.
Yep, the ever exciting freestyle relay, 200-meter freestyle relay. Don't be confused. Yes, you are seeing boys and girls. They've combined the boys and girls events. This is the 15 to 24 category.
Sorry, it looks like I'm saying the wrong thing because it looks like that Speedos A in lane number 4 and Aquamarine in lane number 5 and Tornadoes A in lane number 6.
So Speedos A still leading, and Speedos A, this is the final 50 meters now.
But Aquamarine Ripples is not giving up here, folks. It looks like they're trying to chase them down. But the gap is a little large for a 50-meter, and it looks like Speedos A will secure this victory. Tornadoes A is gaining, but again, the lead is too great. So it looks like it will be Speedos A touching in first, touching in second will be Aquamarine Ripples, and touching in third, Tornadoes for the men's. And on the women's side, it looks like touching in first, it might be Speedos A. And it sounds like we have a record broken here, folks. The original meet record for the boys 15 to 24 200-meter freestyle relay was set by Y Speedos, and it looks like they have knocked it down to 139.83. Really good swim there, folks. Again, the girls Speedos A touches in first, and it looks like they might have gotten a record as well, folks. They touched it in a time of 158.22. So it looks like they also knocked down the record. The record was originally held by Cayman Islands, and they had a time of 2:01.98.
So it's the first time we're seeing sub 2 minutes here at this meet.
Really exciting stuff going on right now. Really good swims. A lot of excitement, a lot of hype here, and that will conclude the morning session of the Sunday morning.
Yeah, morning session, which was really supposed to be the afternoon session yesterday,
Really
being completed here.
Yeah.
And the officials doing their best to race through all of the events. So now we've gotten that out the way. We're going to take, think about a 1 hour break is what the officials said.
Correct. What time is it now?
And it's now 11:24.
So I believe the start of the next session is 12 o'clock.
Oh, 12 o'clock, so half an hour.
I think they have half an hour, yes. A lot of the swimmers have to stay here, folks, because they cannot go. They won't have enough time to go home to recharge and come back.
Got to recharge here.
Got to recharge here, so they're going to probably go to the same concession stand that I got my snow cone at, grab some food, or maybe hit the road and grab some food and then come back and be ready and alert for the second session. I know I have my stew chicken here, and I know Jordan is looking forward to maybe some ackee and saltfish if it's not finished as yet, folks.
All right, so we're going to take a quick break here on our coverage of day 3 of the Tornadoes Invitational Swim Meet. Jordan Fort, Zachary Jackson Blaine. And we're going to come back with the afternoon session in a few minutes. Remember that our coverage is being brought to you by Mayberry. Thank you so much to Mayberry for allowing us to make this coverage possible. With you on CVM TV YouTube and on CVM Plus. Back with you in a few minutes, folks. See you then.